I don't know about you guys. I don't know, but I love that intro, that beat, that I'm on the go. That intro makes me feel like I need to be on my way to the airport. It makes me feel like I'm late going somewhere in the world. My name is Andre of Love Crossing Borders. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I like you. Click that like button because I know you like me too. We got 28 people in the building tonight. We got a good one. We got a good one. This is the first time I have ever done a recap of one of my own videos. They're constantly telling us that we'll never survive without them. I'm going to repeat that statement. They are constantly telling us that we will never survive without them. I'm going to tell you who the they is. A, the American financial system and governmental system has programmed many of us to think that if we don't make money while we're in America, we'll never be able to make American dollars. Got a lot of us shook. That's why we don't take advantage of living outside of living in other countries, because we think that we won't be able to make 5-6K online. So we got to be in a tangible location in the United States. We can't live without them. American laws. We think they have us programmed so much that we think that the rest of the world is unruly. And their laws just aren't laws. They're suggestions. And so they think you can't live without them. The women in America, the reason why they talk to you greasy, the reason why they ain't got to go to the gym. Shout out to the women that do go to the gym. Shout out to the fit, feminine, friendly women out there, supportive, encouraging women, prayerful women, focused women. Shout out to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all, but all the rest of them. Reason why y'all ladies ain't got to go to the gym, fellas. Reason why she ain't got to respect you, why she could talk crazy to you. Reason why you the last person that she going to be faithful to. Because she think you can't live without her. We're going to talk about how you can live, rebuild, restructure your life, how you can get rid of all those excuses in which the system and other people have given you. You think because your aunties and cousins and grandmama and them didn't move and relocate to another country, you can't do it. And I'm here to tell you, I didn't wait for one family member. I didn't wait for one friend, not none of my partners. I didn't wait to read it in a book, a novel. I didn't sit back and wait until I saw somebody on YouTube. I didn't wait till the white man did it. I didn't wait till the black man did it. It was put on my heart to make the move that I made. And it's paid off tremendously. And I see other brothers who live in all these other cities, in all these other countries, and it's paying off for them. So the excuses that you're giving to you are the same damn excuses that we gave to ourselves. Like I said, we're going to do a recap of one of the videos that I did that was very, very helpful for me in making my transition to another country, and that was the J curve. Okay, little mama, thank you. The girl brought me some tea. The J curve. A lot of you guys have never heard the J curve. Some of you guys were here when I talked about the J curve. I'm telling you, the J curve is what you're in right now. You were born in the J curve. You will die in the middle of the J curve. You cannot avoid the J curve. No one on the planet can avoid the J curve. It is what it is. We're going to talk about that, because once you find out what the J curve is of your life, what can keep you from succeeding as a person that wants to relocate to another country, buy property, network with people, invest, have online job opportunities, All that. All that. And when we get done talking about the J curve, I'm also going to go to our Patreon and I'm going to pull up the list of the 300 online jobs. Some of you already have that list. Some of you don't. I'm going to make sure that everybody has that list of the 300 online jobs that hire where you can work anywhere in the world. I purposely put this list together earlier this year for individuals that are looking for work to be hired where you can work anywhere in the world. I'm trying my best to help us alleviate as many excuses as possible. That's my plan. That's my goal. Just in case you ever wonder what Andre's mind is like when he's suggesting this or he's putting forth that, I'm trying to create as many opportunities for us. They said rich people have over 7 streams of income. I'm trying to create as many streams for all of us as possible, as possible. But even if I create all these streams and you guys don't reach out to these companies, or you don't write that great American novel, or you don't create that course, or you don't go visit that particular country you always wanted to visit, what the hell am I talking for? What am I on these live streams for? What me and Andre coming on these live streams for? Letting people know that you can have real love. All these other brothers coming on, like my man Felix came on this weekend. You can have real love, even in Medellin. So we're going to talk about how the hell you get past all the excuses you hear from family, from friends, from other individuals. How can you walk your own J curve? Because a lot of times, I'm going to tell you something. Reason why you've accomplished certain things in certain areas of your life, like some of you guys got a nice amount of money. Some of you guys are really smart and creative. Some of you have a lot of connections. But there are other areas of your life you wonder, what the hell am I doing wrong? I got paper, but it's something I'm doing wrong in this other area. I'm telling you why. You're following somebody else's J curve. A lot of Pookies and Ray Rays follow each other J curve. Once I explain to you what the J curve is and we get there, I promise you, it's going to open up a whole new insight of your life, and you'll start understanding why you do what you do, why you on the level and in the position of life in which you're in right now, and how the hell you can get out of it. How can you stop? Finally, you'll get a chance after this episode, you'll get a chance to find out what it is that I'm not doing right. I'm a good dude. I got a nice amount of money. I ain't hurting nobody's feelings. I ain't out here thugging and drugging. I ain't shooting at nobody or nothing. So why is it that I'm scratching the back of my head every other weekend when it comes to, I told myself I'm going to be moving to DR. This was 2021. I'm still here in the United States. What the hell am I doing wrong? I told myself I'm moving to Colombia next year. This was 4 years ago. You told yourself, hey, I'm about to zoom to Thailand. You supposed to have your ass in Thailand before Richie Mack. I'm gonna say it again. It's a bunch of y'all, God put on your heart to go to Southeast Asia way before he put it on Richie Mack's mind. Way before Richie Mack thought about going out there during before the pandemic. It was put on your heart a long time ago to go after certain things, but you have been trying to walk somebody else's J curve. And since you have been walking somebody else's J curve, it ain't working out for you, is it? Even though you got a nice few dollars in the bank, you got a nice little house, couple of houses in the States, but you ain't happy. I know that feeling. You got the nice vehicles. I know that feeling. You live in one of the best areas of your city, but you just ain't happy. You just want to get away from the system known as the United States. You looking at the immigrants like, why y'all coming here? You got so many immigrants now that just been in the United States 3 months. 3 months you have immigrants that's been in the United States coming from Texas, and they done shipped them up to different locations. You know what the number one thing that's a lot of immigrants are complaining about? This is not the United States that they saw on television. Number one, they complain about food, shelter, clothing. They complain that it's about to become winter. Number one complaint of immigrants. Me and Andre look at the headlines. Number one complaints of the immigrants that finally made it through Panama, from Colombia, all the way through Mexico, all the way to the United States. Number one complaint, they're finding out that is not the United States that they heard about their whole lives, that their grandmama and them was dreaming about, the land of milk and honey and candies and cookies. And they're finding out there are a lot of Americans that's tired of what they're going through and starting to get passports. But I'm letting you guys know, once you walk in your own J curve, and you guys are going to be hearing me talk about this tonight. Like I said, this is the first time we're going to do a recap on one of my own videos, but I'm telling you guys, in all sincerity, once you start walking in your own J curve, forget somebody else's J curve, forget about how somebody else did it, how somebody else walked in it, how they accomplished it. I'm telling you by an example. Dude, if you talk about a brother that give a damn about y'all talking to one. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you want to know if there's a brother, somebody out there, somebody that gives a damn about you as an expat, as a passport bro, not just the term or the title. I'm talking about when these cameras go off, you guys always call me on the phone for advice about this, advice about that. Andre, how about this? I give a damn. You got a brother right here that love you. I know what it's like not to have shit. And now I know what it's like to once again be the shit. And I want all of us to have shit. And it don't have to always be in the States. Like I said, they have us programmed to assume that if you don't have a job that's geographically located in the States, it's not a real job. The company you work for is from Ireland. That's not a real job. Wait a minute. They dropped the same amount of dollars into your bank account just like an American company. But you've been programmed to think that online jobs are not real jobs. You've been programmed to think that if you can't get a fat ass American woman, then you just ain't gonna get no woman. And the only time you get a beautiful, gorgeous, sexy woman, you got to come to South America and pay for one. And I'm your brother, and I'm here to tell you that's all lies, that's all bullshit. I'm quick to tell you. And that's why I don't even go on panels that even try to argue it back and forth. I ain't here to argue what my life has become and the life of all these other brothers and sisters that I've seen has become outside the United States with some people that's still stuck in the States and they even got passports. That's not my calling. My calling is not to argue with folks. It is not my calling. I'm about to shut you down. I ain't about to go no panels full of females that's crying about the passport bros leaving. I don't understand it. A true passport bro don't give a damn about what somebody else think about them, especially somebody in the States, and most of y'all ain't got no passports. I wish I would argue with somebody that ain't got no passport. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to my man Rich Sterner in the building with the first $10 super chat. Salute to you, brother, as well. And my man Art of Will is in the building with the $1.99. Shout out to you. Overseas NFL 2K. Wow, US Madden. Yes, man, listen, this is the funny part. I got my Fire Stick. I haven't missed one football game. I still watch the NFL Red Zone. I haven't missed one basketball game, one baseball game. I still get a chance to see my Michigan Wolverines smash them. So, yeah, you don't have to miss nothing that you got to go. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. They try to get you to believe that you're going to miss something if you leave the States. It'd be simple stuff that you miss from the States. Like, I know one woman, she said, I miss like Cool Ranch dressing. Another person said, I miss the taste of Lawry seasoned salt. I remember I went through that phase. Another person said that they miss going to live college football games. It'd be small stuff that you miss about the States, but it don't I've never heard anybody say something major like, I got to get back to the States. Other than family and friends and finances, those are the only reason anybody is in the States anyway. I'm gonna say this again before I finish doing the shout outs. Like to my man Dukes. Only 3 reasons people are still in the United States. Only reason why we are there, our families, actually 4, I'm sorry. Our family, our friends, our finances, and our fears. That's it. We got family that we love. We got friends that we're comfortable and cool with. We got financial responsibilities. And we scared in the motherfucker to actually live in another country. That visiting on a cruise ship, that's cool. That visiting for a week or a month, that's cool. When God has already put on your heart to actually live in another country and you haven't done it yet, that's fear. The word fear definition in its original definition means concerned or worried. You are concerned, which is a good thing, but worried is not a good thing. To have a fear, to be concerned about something, that's nothing wrong with that. Another definition of the word fear means caution. Like when we're ready to walk across the street, we have caution. Caution means self-bodyguard. You're your own bodyguard. You tell yourself, don't walk in the middle of that traffic. That's caution. All that's under the umbrella of fear. Nothing wrong with that. Reverence is under the umbrella of fear. But I'm talking about the word worry. The word worry continues to hold a lot of dudes back. Worry in this definition, y'all ready? This is a good one. The word worry in its original definition means to want something but think you will never get it. I know that's a good one. The word worry in its original, when you break it down and do your homework, it means to actually want something, but you think you never get it. Your thoughts tell you it'll never happen. You know, I'll visit DR, but I'll never, I could never see myself living there. That's too far-fetched. That dream is too big, Dre. And actually making money? How? Who, me? That's worry. When people worry about their kids in school, I want our kids to be great when it comes to their grades, but I'm worried my daughter's not good at math. That's worry. It means to want something, but think it'll never happen. No proof that it won't never happen. We just assume that it'll never happen. That's what worry is. We're going to break through that with the J curve. That's how I did it. I promise you. You're going to break through whatever fears. And now, I'm not trying to get you to not have love for the family, because we got family responsibilities. Mom, dad, the kids, nephews, cousins. Some people still have family responsibilities. Connections with your friends back home in the States. Nobody's telling you to get rid of your network, your friends, and all that stuff. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying you need to leave the United States and just automatically make money in another country. I'm not saying that. It took me 3 years from the time period that I wanted to relocate. Tailor-Made Dreams, 5 years. Ace Live, 2 years. I got another brother, Love, Pursuits, and Love, Purpose, and Passport. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. 7 years from the time that he had decided that he wanted to move to DR to the time that he and his current wife, shout out to them, great couple, great channel. Once again, subscribe to Love, Purpose, and Passports, their channel. If you like us, you'll definitely like them. 7 years. So don't feel like if you don't want to accomplish the relocating part to whatever country you really want to live in 3 years, don't think that you're doing something wrong. You're on the right path. The problem that's messed up is the system that's convincing us to not ever even try. That's what my point is. We got 80 people in the building. Make sure we got 81 in the building. Make sure all 81 people click that like button. I like you. I really do. Make sure you like us too. Let me go back to the super chats real quick, and then I'm going to go to the shout outs. Oh, my man is in the building. It's Snuggles himself, because this is the part. Nobody knows if it's a Mr. or Mrs. Snuggles. We just know that it's Snuggles. in the building. Shout out to you. Drop the link. All right. Black Nubian says he's in the building. The Canadian boys going through the same thing that we're going through in America. Boy. Okay. Shout out to the Canadian boys with $2 cash out. Also, Artie Will said American women in their 30s and 40s be looking like Sneagle after Shang Tsung collection of her collected her soul in Mortal Kombat 11. See, you guys would know more than I. Sneasel or Snigel. See, I wouldn't know who Snigel is. Shout out to you in regards to that, Will. Thank you very much. Father of many nations, my man Abraham. I was listening to Abraham's story last night in the Bible. And you know what I was studying from the perspective of? I was studying Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and King Solomon last night. And I was studying Samson. You know what all these men had in common? They were all passport bros and married women from a completely different location from where their family was from. All of them. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, even Samson. Delilah was a Philistine. She was nowhere from their area. Didn't say he picked the right one. I'm just saying. He went out and got him one from an area that was nowhere near where his people were from. Solomon, King Solomon, who wrote the book Songs of Solomon about his relationship with the Queen of Ethiopia. What's my point? I was studying it from the perspective of the passport bros because throughout the Bible, you see passport bros. Even Jesus, passport bro. Jesus said a prophet is always with honor, except a prophet, a teacher, a leader is all a father, whatever it is always filled with honor, always accepted, except in his own house, among his own people. That's what Jesus said. Long as you in your own location, in your own family, everybody just look at you. That's just regular Dre. That's just regular everyday Dre. But as soon as you take your passport and do like Jesus, and let's go here, and let's go there, and let's see this, and let's see that, all of a sudden respect, honor for you, all of a sudden you're not just a black man, you're an American. The American, the Canadian, the Australian, the European. But as long as you at home, you just regular old Keith, regular old Kevin from around the way. There's no respect for us. That's what my point is. There is respect for you that's waiting for you in other countries. And that's why Abraham, when it was time for Jacob to have a son, I hope I got it right. Jacob, I think it was Isaac, to have a son, have a wife. He sent his servant to say, go get my son's wife from another region. Don't get my son's wife from here. I know these heifers. No, get my son's wife from another location. Then when I think it was, let me get it correct. I think it was Jacob, Isaac's son, got older, or I may be getting them backwards. What did he do? When his son got older, my daddy did not get my wife from here. He went and told the servant to get my wife from another country, another region. My son is old enough to get a wife. Servant, go to another region outside of here and go get my son a wife. It's plenty of time God told men, do not get women in your own country. They ain't about the rights. Do not get women Don't touch them. Don't mess with them. Don't sleep with them. Don't give your virginity to them. Don't give your energy to them. Don't give your money to them. I'm going to send out a servant. Have your daddy send somebody out that can show you the way, and you get a woman from somewhere else. Don't be getting none of these heifers in this country. Now, if God said that and had Abraham do that with his son, and his son did that with his son, and had King Solomon, who was the wisest of all men, who had so many wives, and he had enough sense to even have all those wives and still got the queen of Ethiopia. Even if you got men like Samson, the strongest man of that time period, even though he picked the wrong chick, he still had enough sense. Don't mess with them heifers in your area, Samson. Get your woman from the other side of the tracks. We are not the only passport bros. You better start realizing we ain't the only men where God said, go somewhere else. I got a promised land for you. I got a different place for you. I got different type of women for you. I got different riches for you. I was reading in the book about Abraham when he left with Sarah and they left their dad, and then Abraham went to Egypt. Now, I'm not trying to sound preachy tonight, but these are some good stories about passport bro. Went to Egypt. This is what Abraham said. Hey, Sarah, listen. Girl, you fine. You are fine than a motherfucker. But them Egyptian dudes, I know they're going to kill me to get to you. So just say I'm your brother. And the king tried to hit on Abraham's wife. And God told the king, you may not want to mess with that one. She take it. They left Egypt. You don't think about it. So they left Egypt. Remember in the part where Abraham and God told Abraham and Sarah, you 99 years old, but y'all gonna have a child. And Sarah said, I'm too old, but you can take my servant and have a baby by that servant. And Abraham slept with the servant and had a baby. That's Ishmael. And Ishmael is the father of the Islamic nation. You have Isaac, who is the father of the Jewish nation, the Hebrew nation that, flooded all the way down. You got the Jews and the Christians. But Ishmael is the father of the Arabic nation. Guess where her mama was from? His mama was from Egypt. That same Egypt that told Abraham, oh, you got to go. He ended up bringing some of the servant girls and some of the servants with him when he left. God always blessing dudes that are passport bros. Always. I don't know why people try to act like we just invented something. Like all what we doing is brand new. Finding the woman. I going to other countries and finding women. It's in the Bible. How the heck you gonna try to tell us something that is you? So you telling us like the first 15 chapters of the Bible? Don't look at that. That don't count. Okay. But we're gonna talk about the J curve. He says sometimes the blessing seems far away. Just keep walking out your destiny. I promise you guys, I'm a perfect example of that. You think about it. Come on, let's be real, fellas. Let's be real. Even I talk cameras off. That cameras off mindset that I have. Fellas, hear me out. Let me scroll this out of the way. Shout out to you, Father in the Nations. Thank you, brother. Y'all know I'm always talking about I'm just a regular dude from the east side of Detroit. Straight from the back alleys of Detroit. Not even the street of Detroit. I'm in the back alleys with the big trash cans. That's where I'm from. Just a regular everyday dude that learned how to read books, study. I didn't do everything right, as many of you guys know. The reason why I tell my story of being incarcerated to encourage other dudes that have been incarcerated, bruh, go get your passport. If you ain't on probation, you ain't on parole, and you're not fighting the case, you have a 9.9% chance of getting your passport. Only thing that holds you up, if you've been incarcerated before, that holds you up is the fact that if you were doing international trafficking. But most of us was doing some trafficking, but we wasn't flying nothing in. So if you wasn't flying nothing in, bro, go get your passport, man. Ladies, same thing for you. A lot of y'all been on lockdown too. The first person to ever hit me up in the comment section after I did a video talking about that I was incarcerated and I got my passport was a female. And she hit me up straight up. This was like 4 years ago when we first started the channel. And she said, thank you very much for telling your story. She said, I went to the post office, got my passport. She said, now me and my cousin going on our first trip to London. She said, but I never would have known if I hadn't saw your story and you had never told your story about being locked up. She said, as soon as I got from being locked up, and she said, I was on paper. She said, I finished my paper. She said, but I didn't know if I could get a passport. She said, so I'm not locked up anymore. I'm not on probation anymore. She said, now I've get my passport. And she hit me up. She said, and I traveled ever since I saw your video. That's why I tell my story. Because I want dudes to know regular, everyday ass dudes can live the life that you deserve. You really can, bruh. And everything that they say in the United States, they said it because they're trying to get you back programmed. You know, like I always say, the book with Plato's Republic, in the book says, if a person who was raised in darkness, worked in darkness, ate in darkness, had a family in darkness, ever walked towards the light of knowledge and insight, the light will blind him so much he goes scurrying back into the darkness. What's my point in saying that? Family members and friends are going to tell you, you out your rabbit ass mind for trying to build a new life in a new country. And they forgot that's exactly what black people did for 400 years. It's amazing how you got black people that were raised knowing that there's nothing that we can't do, but then now they want to tell you something that we shouldn't do. Yeah, our own people who survived slavery, Reformation, transatlantic ships going from one country to another across the ocean, survived Jim Crow, survived modern day racism, survived economic limitation, dangers, starvation, purposeful evacuation or extermination, and then now erasing our history from the history books of America because they don't want to hurt the feelings of white people. But then when I tell, but yet we survived and have done amazing things over 400 years. But when we say, hey, I'm about to get a passport and live in another country, that's impossible. How dare you try to do that as a black man? That's literally impossible. How dare a black man want to live in another country, even if it's a black country? Wait a minute, we can do all that other shit, but it's impossible for you to get a passport and have the life that you deserve, the life that you deserve, the life that you deserve in another country. They got us fucked up. Shout-out in the building. He said, thanks. He said, you my brother's keeper. I am, bro. I really am. And I mean that with all sincerity. I mean this with a passion. Cameras. You know when y'all hear me say cameras off? Because some YouTubers, they act a certain way when the lights are on, when the cameras are on. These motherfucking cameras can go off and y'all still be blowing up my phone and we have a conversation. A lot of you guys be like, Dre, I know you're busy, bro. I know you're doing a lot of stuff, man. Thank you for taking it. And I still talk to you like we've been talking every day for the last 30 years. Somebody got to give a damn. Somebody got to give a damn, man. Y'all sitting up there in a country where over 40% of the people ain't even got vote. Dude, if you knew the amount of people from the states that hit me up for money, I'm not talking about like passport, brothers, you know, time got tight over here, blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about my Uncle Jeffrey. He can get whatever he want. He don't ask, but he can get whatever he want. That's my sidekick. We've been through thick and thin. I'm talking about people all the way across the ocean asking me for money as if I'm down the street, make a left. They want to get mad at you because you don't want to pay $7 a gallon for gasoline anymore. They got the audacity to be upset with you because they know the average American doesn't even have 57% of all Americans don't even have $1,000 in the bank. If your refrigerator broke down, 57% of Americans can't even buy a new goddamn refrigerator. They want to be mad at you for not wanting to stay in the shit with them. They mad at you because you don't want to stay in the thick and thin of racism. You decide that you don't want to just be treated as a FBA. You just want the A. You just want to go to a country where somebody can treat you as an American and not just a foundational Black American. You ain't got to go through the FB part. You just want the A. Everywhere I go, ain't nobody treat me like no damn black man. Everybody like, there's the American. There's the American. He's American. There's American. There's American. He's American. I don't go through that bullshit. Now, is it racism in the world? Hell yeah. But America like markets it. It's like part of the thread that hold us together. Just race every day. Every day somebody got to remind you that you black. God dang, I know I'm black. Boy, I'm telling you, there's a lot waiting for you guys. A lot of peace of mind, brothers. Goodness waiting for us. The sisters too. So much peace of mind just waiting for us, man. Where you can just breathe without all of that racial fucking pressure on your back. Some of y'all don't even remember the last time you drove your car down the street and you saw 2 police cars riding in your direction and you just want to pull over, and you can't remember the last time you didn't have to do a double check in your mind where they come to pull over for you. Some of y'all can't remember the last time y'all didn't feel that fucking feeling. I'm going to tell y'all something in all sincerity. The only country that I've been to in the last 5 years that I had any fear, and I mean, this is the first time I'm telling this, and also said for real. Out of all the countries that I've been to, that I felt a form of fear when I went back to the States for 3 days. I was so fucking paranoid. I never told y'all that. I was it was a totally different United States. I didn't know what to trust, who to trust. Dog, I was quiet in the church mouse. I just can't. I'm just here to take care of business, get the fuck up out of here. It wasn't like I had warrants and shit. It wasn't like I owed somebody money. It just was like, when you're in something, you don't notice it. When you're in the thick of things in the United States, the ups and downs of your everyday life, you don't notice stuff because you're just living your life. But when you don't live in it and you go back and see the shit, like I can literally go into this Walmart and somebody can come in here with a rifle and delete all of us. I could literally go visit a family member in the kindergarten school and somebody can actually delete all of us. I could literally be in a Uber and the police officers can pull that Uber over and just delete both me and the Uber driver for no reason. Man, you talk about a dude that was paranoid being in his home country. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. I was reclusive than a month. I think when I was there, I saw a few people. That was it. My Uncle Jeffrey, a few family members, a few friends, and I got the hell up off the United States. I was like, You know how you ain't lived in your old neighborhood, and then you take your ass back to your old neighborhood and ain't nothing but young thugs up in there? That's how I was looking at the United States. Like I was going back to an old neighborhood and there wasn't nothing but young thugs in that motherfucker now. I'm like, what the? Seriously, we got 123 people in the building. Shout out to you guys for being here. Make sure you click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. Once again, the topic for tonight is we're going to talk about how you can stop worrying. Because once you learn your J curve, you will stop worrying about when, how, where, what, when it comes to accomplishing your goal of rebuilding, restructuring, or just at least relocating your life in the country that you decide that you want to be in, the place where you deserve to be. Shout out to my man Kevin Crawford in the building. This he is. Good evening. There he is. There he is. Good evening. Yeah. Yeah. Afro National in the building with the $2. Shout out to you, Kevin, for the 10. Preach. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying to share that good news, man. I'm trying to share the good news of that there is life waiting for all of us on the other side. It really is, bro. When we were freed, who told us that we were supposed to stay in the States? Let me ask you that. And I mean that. When they said y'all's free, no more slavery. Juneteenth has come. Everybody's free. Who the hell said you free as long as you stay on the plantation of the United States? Or did we stay there because that's all we knew? That's all we remember. We like 4 or 5 generations deep away from Africa, away from the ships. Only reason some of y'all in the United States, because that's all the fuck you know. Oh, you'll visit some spots. I've been to DR 10 times. You ain't never lived there. You can't tell me 3 places where you can get some of the best discount foods and the best. Well, you can't tell me where to buy some damn drapes. You can't give me no, you've been to DR 10 times. And if I ask you where to buy curtains, you can't tell me where to get no goddamn curtains. You can't tell me where to get an oil change. But you done been to DR, I've been to Sassoon. You ain't been to, dude. Let's get this one out the way. For all you DR dudes, if you've only been to Sasua, Playa, and Santiago, Santo Domingo, so I forgot the name of the third one that's in that region. You ain't been to DR. You can shut that shit down. We went the whole month we were in DR. We took our happy asses through the whole island. The secluded spots where it's just jungle and zip lines, all the way to the area where it was nothing but tourists. We went from the hottest areas in Santo Domingo all the way up north. We was all over that mother. And I'm gonna tell you something. All you dudes that been to Sasua and that few little pockets only, you ain't been no damn where. There's a whole lot. That island is big than a mother. Bro, that is one big island. DR could easily be a state. Let's put it like that. Easily. That is one big motherfucker. Y'all think DR is only Sasua and all the little pocket towns and cities around it. Y'all got DR fucked up. I'm telling y'all, man, it is huge, man. So all you dudes that be talking about, I know that, no, you can't even tell me get no damn drapes, man. Oh, you can tell me where to get a drink? Yeah. But drapes? Hell no. It's time for us to start thinking about living, what life will be like living in some of these locations. And I'm talking about the rest of your life. Dude, I plan on living my 80s outside the United States. All my 70s will not touch the United States. Visiting, yeah. All my 70s, I'll be in every country other than the United States. All my 60s, I'll be visiting, but I will not live in the United States. I have officially become a U.S. tourist. You see how you see sometimes the stereotype of the Asian dude with the big ass a camera, and he taking all these pictures of the United States and shit, and him and his family in L.A. taking photos. That's me. I'm a tourist. I'm coming with a U.S. flag t-shirt on and all that shit. I'm a tourist. I ain't gonna pretend like, yes, I'm still a U.S. citizen. Yes, I get all the citizen benefits and all the tax breaks. I get all that shit. But as far as like pretending like I'm all red, white, and blue and all that shit, dude, by the time I turn 70, I'm gonna forget damn near half of what Pledge of Allegiance is. I'm gonna be a Pledge of Allegiance humming motherfucker. I pledge to the United States and to the Republic for which it to the Republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, for liberty, I have nothing against my home country. I love the United States. There's so much I love about the United States. But God gave me a planet. Sent you to a motherfucking planet. I just watched a headline a couple weeks ago. Blew me away. Right? Check it out. They said the whole time they believed that sperm cells will race to get to the egg. For years, we all heard that. Sperm cell race to get to the eggs. Some sperm cells were blocker sperm cells. For the other cells were just erasers to get to the egg. They found out that was wrong. Just recently, they said the egg chooses the sperm cell. And all the other sperm back the fuck off. You were literally chosen to live on a planet, not just on a plantation. Well, all the other individuals that could have come to life on this planet had to back the fuck off. Your mom egg chose you to come live and progress and to profit and to protect and to problem solve on a planet, not a fucking plantation. Y'all keep waiting for white folks to change, black folks go come together. Y'all wait for that kumbaya moment where black men and black women gonna be walking around each other like Rwanda type shit. Y'all keep on waiting for Asian people to come back together again. Y'all waiting for everybody to have one language. The US dollar gonna go back to what it was. Job opportunities will flourish like during the Trump administration, everybody gets tax breaks. Them days are over, bruh. It's over. I don't see why y'all keep trying to act like Rome is not burning. Y'all sitting up there with buckets of water talking about Rome ain't burning. Rome ain't burning. It's burning, bruh. But my family here is still burning. My friends here is still burning. My job here is still burning. That's the only reason why you complaining about the United States ain't burning, because your family there, your friends there, your finances there, and your fears are there. Everything that you're concerned about in the world is on the plantation. And then you look at the rest of us crazy that want to live on a planet. I want to live on a planet. I hold no allegiance to no country. A planet, God sent me to something that had land before they start cutting it up into countries. I hold allegiance to the planet. I'm a motherfucking earthling. I just so happen to be ethnically an American. My race is black or Afro-Colombian or FBA, whatever the fuck y'all are calling yourselves now or calling us now. But in my core, I'm an earthling. I didn't get out of them 10 years of being locked up in the goddamn federal prisons and state prisons just to sit back on the plantation eating lemonade. Get the fuck out. Dude, I'm running rampant. You ever see like when they're transferring an animal to another habitat? Like you see it in National Geographic, like they'll capture a gazelle or a wildebeest or a cheetah. And they're taking it from one area of the Amazon or whatever it is, the African Mozambique, and they're transferring it in a cage to another location, right? You see how when they open up that cage and how fast that cheetah take off or that gazelle take off once they open up that cage, and that must be like that's me. That's me. You see how that cheetah don't look back and be like, bye, motherfuckers. No, he don't look back, do it. What about that gazelle? He don't look back at whatever it was that caged him, did he? He didn't look back at the people that put him in the cage, did he? What did the gazelle and the zebra do? Once they open up that motherfucker, they take off running. That's me. When they opened up that cage and said, Andre, you just finished doing your 10 years in the feds, I ain't look back. I ain't care about it was a white man that was a guard. I ain't care about it was a black man that was a guard. Female prison counselors. I ain't care about no damn warden. I didn't care if they put in a new building, new fence. I don't care about none of that shit. I was the cheater running for my goddamn life. And I ain't stopped running. I ain't stopped running so much. I want to accomplish with this gift called life. You think I'm gonna try to do it all on a goddamn plantation full of prisons? We got the most prisons in the world on one plantation. America has 9 million people locked up right motherfucking now are their own people. It ain't name one country in the world that's making as much money off of the prison industrial system like America. Russia? Nope. Colombia? Nope. What about in Africa? Ain't nobody making no damn money off prisons and prisoners. Name the country. Come on. Name the country. Other than America ass. Will lock your ass up for everything. For breathing, they will lock your ass up. Come on. Name the country. Name the continent where they locking people up like the States. 9 million Americans. If you get child support, you ain't committed. I like what one woman said. She said, I didn't commit any crime. All I did was get a divorce. Now because I owe child support, I'm about to get locked up. Again, she said, I haven't committed any crime in my life, but because I owe alimony or child support in the United States, they will lock your happy ass up right next to a goddamn motherfucker that deleted kids during Mardi Gras. And stop me when I'm lying. And you want to stay in that motherfucker. That's what you telling me, Andre, come on back. Help the black people here in this y'all rabbit ass bind. I wish the fuck I would go back to that bullshit. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love America. But you know how you love somebody, but you know how you gotta let their ass go? Or you love something about them, you're like, damn shit. She used to give me firehead. That's America. Used to give me firehead. I used to date this female called America. Ooh, she used to give me firehead, dog. Sucking my toes, nose, and elbows. But her attitude is shit. You mind if I date her, dog? Man, you can have that bitch. Have any of you guys, am I the only brother that ever had you can have that bitch moment? Am I the only one that ever had to break up with a female, and if somebody else dared to ask me if they wanted her, and I'll be like, man, you can have that bitch. Oh man, she funny. You can have that bitch. Oh, you straight up, that's done, man. Y'all can have that bitch. I've had plenty of you can have that bitch moments. And you gotta have that bitch. That's America. Y'all can have that bitch. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love gained. I ain't mad at America for nothing. I ain't hating on the United States. I love the United States. That's my boo. You know how you had your boo from back in the day, from high school or from college? Like, you know, you're gonna always be my baby. Doo-doo-doo-da, that type of shit. Like Usher and Alicia Keys type of boo. That's United States to me, like boo from afar. Like, I still love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I just don't fuck with you. Y'all can have that bitch. That's for real. Let me cut down on the cursing, on the profanity. Here we go, says this. Make sure I got everybody. Oh, Afro National. Peace to you once again, brother. Peace to you. Thanks for letting me know. Preach. Digigo says, no one hates you like the people who grew up around. Boy, if you don't preach, they grew up around you, and because you will eliminate every excuse they tell themselves about their lives. Yes, it is. When they say misery loves company, if everybody in the United States miserable about them gas prices, miserable about them grocery prices, miserable about the medication, miserable about the politics, miserable about racism, miserable about prices of mortgages, you got to ask yourself, which one you gonna pay this month? Your meals, your mortgage, your rent, gasoline. Y'all sitting up there like, man, I saw one of the saddest videos. Shout out to you again, brother. You're absolutely correct. I saw one of the saddest YouTube videos, man. This lady was out there trying to get some gas at the gas station. Somebody had a camera, just so happened to record it. And this is real. This wasn't a prank. She was out there trying to count her change. Some of you may have saw it. Count her change to get some gas at the gas station. A brother came around, shared some of his gas. She didn't even notice it. Came around, saw what she was going through, shared some of his gas that he was pumping. And he pulled off. By the time she noticed it, she got in her car and she was very happy. That's my boo. That's how my boo treat y'all. That's how my boo treat y'all. My boo, the United States, that's how she gonna do you. She gonna have you out there counting change and shit. While you got a full-time job, you out there counting change. You taking bottles back to the store and shit so you can take some gas, get some bread for the kids type shit. School books, school clothes, you better let them uniforms. You better let these kids wear the uniforms they had last year. They still fit. But that's how my boo do you. That's my boo, United States. She do y'all oh so well. She do y'all oh so well. Ethan Journey in the building with the Colombian pesos, 40,000 pesos. He says, been in Colombia for 9 months. Man, you've been here for a hot minute. I like that. He said, I don't care about America anymore. Man, dude, once you out the States, man, and you for a while like you are, and you go back, you be like, You do. It's almost like if nothing changed, you still don't recognize it. It's just like something different. Something's different about my boo. Something is different. I don't recognize it, but something is different. Until you see the police harass somebody, you're like, nothing's changed. I kid you not. When I go into customs, I'm gonna come back to your comment. When I go into customs in the United States and they notice I haven't been around, they're like, could you go over here? Could you stand over here? And there'll be a few people from Colombia in different locations. And then when they ask me, I do it. When they ask me like, so we see that you've been out of the country and you've been to Colombia, Cuba, these other locations. Why don't you love United States? Type of behavior, right? Man, I pull my cell phone out. Do you mind if I pull my cell phone? I pull my cell phone, I go straight to Love Crossing Borders. And I show them all the shit that we do. All the adventures, all the joy, all the peace. That's your wife, yup. Hey guys, come here. And all of a sudden I got all the damn security dudes standing over me and my phone. Yep, we went out here. Oh man, you guys will love here. Oh wow. I said, you guys got your cell, and I do, bullshit you not, kid, minutes from the bottom of my heart. I said, you guys got your cell phones? I'm there in customs. TSA. They going through all my shit like they going through a couple of other people's stuff. Everybody else worried. Man, I pulled my damn phone out and I said, do me a favor, fellas. Pull out your cell phones. Subscribe to all our channels. And for the next 5 minutes, I got 4 or 5 TSA top security coming to America. Security, big muscle bound motherfuckers. Subscribe to our channels. Y'all think y'all gonna have me coming here scared? Y'all try to rabbit ass mind, man. I don't live here no more. I'm visiting. I'm coming with a white American flag because I am a tourist. I'm coming with a camera and a little baby flag. I'm a tourist. I'm going to Disney. I'm going to see LeBron, and I'm gonna go see family and take my happy ass right back to my real home, a planet. Some of y'all got me fucked up. Y'all think Colombia is my home. What? No, I live on a planet. Y'all live on a plantation. And plantation people think that since that's the only place that they can live on a plantation, well, you must live only in Colombia. You got me fucked all the way up. This whole big motherfucker belong to me. All of it. And the parts that I don't want to deal with, like North Korea and parts of Iraq probably. But at the end of the day, there are parts of this planet I want to deal with, but there are many parts that I fuck with. There may be some racist parts of this planet that I don't want to deal with, but at least it's my planet. Why they got you scared and thinking if you don't live on a plantation, then you must live on a Colombian plantation. Oh no, my friend, No, I hold no allegiance to Colombia. I can have a Colombian passport. I got my Colombian uh, 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 credit cards and Colombian ID. I can have all that shit and still be looking for the next country to get a passport, a citizenship, ID, and credit. My goal is like at least 3 countries having citizenship. At least 3. At least 3. Serious. I'm doing it like Russell Simmons. Y'all come to me with some bullshit. I'm in. You me, man. All right. Ethan said, been working remote in customer service for a year now. He said, just starting my Python, shout out to you, brother, Python journey for all you guys, you IT guys today, and we'll give you guys an update in 7 months how it ended up. Shout out to you, man. I'm proud of you, man. You're doing a textbook how it's supposed to be done. And the key part is he's not rushing it. The key thing, guys, I kid you not, if you want to do what we do, don't rush. Be patient. That's why I told you guys it took me 3 years from the time I was sitting in my cubicle. I'm moving out to the United States. Fuck this. It was 3 years later when it all happened. Don't rush. Just told you that my boy, it took him 7 years to do it. Don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time, bro. Take your time. It's going to happen. Because it's in your spirit and it's going to happen, man. My man Will, the man that's always on tour, visiting Colombia. He said, I'm coming. I didn't get a chance to read it. He said, I'm coming back. I got more happiness to share and to get. Yes, sir. Happiness here waiting for you in Colombia. He said, you'll see me as I'm smiling, as I go floating, by. He said, I'll be happy as a mom. We'll always be happy when he's down here too. Will don't be having no time for your boy though. Me and Will, we be meeting in spurts like, okay, what's up? How you been doing? Okay, cool. Talk to you later. Will be gone. I ain't mad at him. We got 120 people in the live stream. Make sure that we get the likes up there as well, guys. My name Donnie 9 in the building with the $20. Shout out to you, brother. He said, just discovered your channel. Welcome to the family, brother. Welcome to the family. He said, I was just wondering, do you offer consultations? Yes, I do. Let me put my, I don't know if Stefano, I didn't get a chance to check out and see if Stefano's here. So if Stefano's, I'll just put it in there. I didn't get a chance, because I'm looking at the super chat section. He said, do you do consultations? Best time to visit Colombia? Yes, we do consultations. I put my email in first. And then the best time to me, somebody asked me this during a consultation the other day and when I was on somebody else's live stream. The best time to visit Colombia, depending on what city you're in. Best time to visit Colombia, Medellin, December. It's a little bit more expensive, but goodness gracious, man. Christmas time, that whole month in Medellin is beautiful. The Christmas lights, the festival, the whole atmosphere, and it's not cold. December, for me in Medellin. For Cartagena, it's summertime. So anytime you're going from July and August, that May, Cartagena, just beautiful, man. It's like going to South Beach without paying South Beach prices. For August, come on, Cali, Colombia. You got the Afro-Colombian Festival, over 300 to 400,000 Black people and other people from around the world come here to Cali, Colombia for a week of free concerts, music, atmosphere. It is off the chain. You ain't never experienced nothing like this. That's the 2nd to 3rd week of August. February, the Barranquilla Festival in Barranquilla. The Barranquilla Festival in February is a whole month of celebration. Barranquilla, now, like you guys always hear me talk about. This is the Atlantic Ocean, right under the United States. And you got the Caribbean islands. This is Cartagena. Drive down the freeway 2 hours. This is Barranquilla on the same freeway right off the Atlantic Ocean. Then you just drive another 2 hours and you in Santa Marta, where our girl Paola is from. You know, the young lady that we interviewed a couple weeks ago or last week, she's from Santa Marta. This is Barranquilla. This is Cartagena. So a lot of people just fly into Santa Marta, have a good time on the beach life, enjoying yourself. Then take a bus, $3. I've done it. $3, me and Andrea, $3. Come to the Bed and Kid Festival mid-February, have a ball. And then once the festival is over, take $3 bus ride to Cartagena, enjoy a few days in Cartagena, and then they fly back home. So you hit 3 cities while you're here in Colombia, and you got a chance to hit a major festival. Yeah, in February. So those are the best time periods to come to Colombia. Also, you got, it's like in September, you've got the jazz festival in the park in Bogota, a huge, like 70,000 people concert. It's huge. If you guys never seen the Bogota Jazz Festival, man, you guys need to look that up. Also, the Hip Hop Festival in Medellin. I forget that's in what month that's in. So yeah. So there's a lot, but the main months are August here in Cali, Colombia, December celebration in either Medellin or Cali, because Cali has the giant salsa festival with over 300 salsa schools come here for a giant event, and it's off the chain too. But if I had to spend Christmas and the New Year's in any city, it would be Medellin without a doubt. And then you have February when it comes to the Bed and Kia festival. It's a great celebration. People come in from around the world. It's the world's largest Latin-speaking festival of individuals of Latin descent. Now, the Brazilian festival, they speak Portuguese. They're the world's largest festival of all Latin people, but it's Brazilian. Brazil, they speak Portuguese. But for Latin speakers, it's the Bed and Kia festival. Good question. Just email me, brother, and we'll set up the consultations for you. I got a consultation in the morning, actually in the afternoon. All right, back to you fellas. Shout out to everybody. I didn't get a chance to do no shout outs with nobody, man. We've been here about an hour plus. I didn't get a chance to do shout outs like to my man Ray in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said, watching from 30,000 feet in the sky. I ain't mad at you, brother. Way up, all the way up. I ain't mad at you. My man Charles is doing better. I'm glad that you're doing so much better. So much better. He said this jaw should be a classic. Yeah, definitely though. This joint. Yep, definitely. Also, my man Tevin's in the building as well. Shout out to you, Jeff. Once again, shout out to you always, man. You always support with the cash apps. All cash apps will be going to the Children's Cancer Foundation for the rest of the year. We are actually up to $800, almost $900 now. Almost $900. And we're going to donate it during the show, live on the show like we did last year. And they were so happy that they received. Last year, we donated $1,700 from us and you guys. We donated. Andrea and I put the foundation of $500 like we're doing this year. And then you guys just kept building and building in the cash app. So shout out to you all for continuing to support. Like I said, together we're all up to $800 right now. All right, let's go to, I think I got everybody right there. Father Many Nations, Black Nubian, my man Luke Tommy in the building. He said, all the fellas, nothing like being in Cali. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you said that. He said, Cali, Colombia, watching soccer game while eating healthy salad. Yeah, I had that yesterday. He said, looking at a bunch of fine, could I correct that? Fine ass Colombianas. Yes. I was just on Austin Holloman's live stream today, and brother that lives in Cali, and he's been to Medellin, and he was like, man, bruh, he said, I see why Medellin women don't want you to go to Cali. He said, man, there's nothing like these women curves in Cali, in Colombia. He said, man, these women, they got bodies. Shout out to you guys. Damon's in the building as well. Shout out to you, Mr. Wright. Shout out to you. Yes, sir. Christopher Sterling in the building of the Sterling family. Good evening. Good evening, kind sir. And then we got London Blair in the building. I see a lot of new names. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you something now. I appreciate all you new brothers and sisters that are here today. Not talking about London being a new sister. I knew your brother. But what I'm saying is I'm glad that you guys are here today. I really am. It's great to see all the new names, all the new faces. Our challenge, Love Crossing Borders, is to help you in 2 areas. Our job is to help you find love across borders by doing it the right way, or fall in love with the borders that you cross. Some guys aren't looking for love. They just looking for a new location. I'll say that again. Some guys are like me. I didn't come here looking for love. I came looking for a new location. I just so happened to find love. So that's when we realized that Love Crossing Borders is not just falling in love with somebody special, but also falling in love with a new country, because that's what I did. And then I'm going to fall in love with another. So shout out to you guys. He says, Dre, will you help? Dre will help you win in Colombia. He'll point you in the right direction. We try our best to do that. And it's up to you to follow his direction. I'm a believer now. Thanks, Dre. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, brother. I try to give as much when the cameras go off. I do a lot of homework, guys. I am Googling, researching, buying the books, asking guys, reaching out to locals, making, because I could say something and I was wrong about it, and then I'll go talk to a local and they'll correct me about it, and then I'll bring the correction to you guys. I do a lot of homework because I wish somebody was giving us this straight up information when I first started coming to Colombia. I kid you not, man. It was always somebody could tell me what a party was. Cool. Somebody could always tell me where a brothel was. Cool. But when it was time for me to find out how to get an ID, how to fill out a visa form, I wanted to stay for some months. I wanted to get a visa. Nobody. How to get a job online. What about the marriage laws or divorce laws in Colombia? Well, not one YouTuber telling me shit. A couple of them came down the line, but this is like after the pandemic. And so I figured, you know what? Let's not only talk about our relationship or talk about the travel part and all the fun parts of Colombia. Also talk about, give information for those guys that want to relocate to South America and what steps need to be taken. And also talk about the mindset of being patient, because sometimes we want to rush it because we live in America and everything's cookie cutter. But I'm telling you guys are doing an excellent job with just taking your time, coming down here, visiting the locations, figuring out which city is yours. I talked to a guy the other day. I just did a consultation with him. His city is Barranquilla. He said, how you feel about Barranquilla? I said, if I was not in Cali, that would be my city. Hands down. Barranquilla or Santa Marta. They are doing some amazing construction in those cities. Man, Colombia is set up like this. If you're not here in the next 10 to 15 years, and at least purchase at least a piece of property in Colombia in the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to regret it like a motherfucker. There's so many white people and people from other countries coming down here buying up shit. Colombians buying up everything. Every time there's a new condo put up, Colombians standing in line with a pen in hand. I'm telling you, if you don't lease in the next 5-10 years, either relocate here or buy you a piece of property and Airbnb it out while you still in the States, go ahead. You're going to regret that shit. I see it happening. It's like when you guys see some changes that's going to take place in your city, you're like, oh man, like we're seeing in downtown Detroit, how the downtown Detroit was trash. And now we're starting to see how they renovated over like the last 5-10 years. The rest of Detroit is garbage, but their downtown is starting to change. And now it's expensive than a motherfucker to get you a place downtown Detroit. That's how Colombia is going to be. And I see it. They redoing all the roads and the streets. You look like, what the? This looking like the States. Yeah. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you're here, Tommy. He said America is a plantation. Oh yeah, it is. It is not just a plantation. It is the plantation. All other plantations around the world look at America on how to be a plantation. Shit. America ain't got no, and America proud to tell you it's a plantation. It ain't got no hesitancy. It ain't like I'm saying something that's like, oh my God, they're gonna shut down his YouTube channel because he said America's the plantation. America don't care nothing about being called the plantation, a corporation. It is. It's a plantation. It's a corporation plantation. I say that again. I always say it. America is your corporation plantation. Make your money. Make your money. Don't just make theirs. Make you some money too. Zachary's in the building once again. Mr. Brown representing. All right, what's up, OG? My fantasy football teams are doing pretty good. That's what's up. Fantasy is doing. I'm losing in the YouTube channel league. All of us YouTubers got a league, a fantasy football league. I'm getting beat down. I think I won one game this year of the 3. So I think I haven't looked, but I think I'm going to end up being 1-2. Let me go to the super chat real quick. My man MC is the sponsor. My man Mo is the sponsor of the show this evening. Appreciate you, Mo, with the $49.99 in the building. You say supporting Love Crossing Borders, or LVC. I mean LCV, LVC. He say visionary is a constant message on this YouTube channel. If you believe that you can, he said, if you believe it, you can see it, break it down, apply it strategically. This whole super chat was worth that one word. He just told my secret. Strategic. Everything that I've done to be successful in another country was done on purpose. I don't go on that side of the city. I go on that side of the city on purpose. I don't fuck with those type of women. I met that type of woman on purpose. Doing things strategic means you are literally doing a particular thing to look for a certain outcome, and you're doing it on purpose. You're going to the gym on purpose to lose a certain amount of weight. You're eating a particular diet on purpose to make sure your intestines, your mind, and spirit. You sleep a certain amount of hours. You see where I'm going with that? Being strategic means you are literally not waiting for life to happen to you. You are happening to life. You are doing something with your life. He's 100%. Apply it is not Andre. Apply it is not Andre. Apply it strategically. That's Andre. When dudes sit back and always holler that bullshit, Andre, you lucky. You lucky you met Andre, man. It ain't too many out here like that. No, bro. I was strategic. I purposely looked for a woman like the woman I got. Y'all just was wishing for shit. Man, I wish I had one like that. No. Keep on wishing. Wish, and then when you go to sleep, it's called dreaming. Keep on dreaming and keep on wishing. While the rest of us are being strategic, I don't fuck with that one, so I make room to fuck with those type of women. But you like fucking with that one, hoping that you might be able to get that type of woman. And you don't. Why? Because you're too busy fucking with over here. You got to start being strategic and stop being, well, luckily, maybe being in Medellin 5 months, maybe I'll meet a good woman. Well, if you start being strategic, it won't take you 5 months. Man, you know how many professional women in Medellin I was dating, and I was there only for 5 days, my first trip? Man, yeah, he right. That word, man, strategy, doing stuff on purpose, directing your life on purpose, your thoughts on purpose. That's the secret. That's my number one secret. If they shut the channel down now and I have nothing else to say, that one word is my one word. Strategy. Doing it on purpose for a certain result to take place. Because when you're doing it on purpose, even if it doesn't work the way that you want it to work, you can strategically notice, okay, I should have did this. Let me remove that and replace it with this. But when you just let life just be happenstance and whimsical, and I hope I meet somebody, and I hope I move to Colombia, or I hope I move to Brazil, what the fuck are you doing? I was strategic. I strategically sold my Ford F-150 and got a different vehicle. Why am I paying? Come on, guys, let's be real. Between my car note at that time period and my insurance, I'm paying $700 a month. Why the hell are you, Andre, paying $700 a month for an SUV to impress some bitches to fuck in the back seat? Because really, that's what most thing I was doing. I was fucking hoes in the back seat. Okay, y'all want to know why I had the F-150? That's why I had it, because the big ass seat in the back. And if anybody owns a F-150, you know that the back seat is like a big ass couch, not even a love seat. That is a couch. Once you push the seats to the front, so y'all know what I'm talking about. But since I'm not smashing chicks in the States no more, what am I paying $700 a month for a car note and a truck note and the insurance? I could do something else with $700 a month, investing. So I got rid of it at the beginning of the 3 years. And I went on here and just bought me a nice little convertible. It was I kid you not, it was a 2006 Saab. 2006. That mother was a mint condition. Mint condition. Excellent vehicle. I had to work on a few things here and there. By the time I got ready to leave, sold it to my uncle. Actually, basically gave it to my uncle. But at the end of the day, guys, if you plan on leaving out the United States, and I mean this, you got to be strategic. Some of y'all paying car notes, so shit. You still building a goddamn Jordan connection for who? Let me come back, Mo. I appreciate you. I'm gonna come back to you, bro. Who you plan on moving to Colombia in 7 years? Who are you trying to impress in Colombia with a big ass Jordan collection? How you gonna get that big motherfucker over here? Where you gonna put it when you get it here? You see where I'm going with that? Some shit you need to let go today, because in 7 years you ain't gonna need that shit anyway. Especially if you come to South America and this is an Adidas continent. The only time you're gonna see somebody wearing Jordans in South America is because they saw an American on a hip hop video or on a hip hop show. We want to be like the Americans, so you're gonna see them wearing off-brand or bootleg Jordans. That's the only time you're gonna see that shit. This is Adidas continent. Why? Because Adidas sponsors the soccer teams. All my jerseys have Adidas. In all my journeys of South America and all the jerseys, I ain't seen not one Nike motherfucking jersey. Nike is not sponsoring football, meaning soccer. So for you to have that Jordan collection, they don't know if your shit is real or fake. Why? Because it's not a Jordan country. The only way you can appreciate, or your Jordans can be appreciated, is when you live in a country of people that like, or Jordan is very familiar, right? Bring that expensive ass collection on down here. See what happens. You ain't gonna get the pussy no faster. Why? Because she didn't know if those come out in 2003 or 2023. She don't know. She ain't looking at your feet like, oh, he got the new Jordans on, girl. I'm gonna give him the pussy. No. She gonna just be like, oh, he got some clean shoes on. Oh, there's some nice Jordans. That's it. Y'all be coming down here flexing on some shit that people in South America don't even know what the fuck you got on. They just saw, most of it, they saw that shit in a music video, and they get the bootleg version of it. Andre was telling me, she said a couple years ago, she said when she was a teenager, she said, you know what the end thing was, guys? In the Afro-Colombian community, they saw in the 90s and in the early 2000s, Black people in New York were putting out all type of music videos. You had the Wu-Tang Clan, you had all the hip-hop fans, all the hip-hop groups that were coming out, Black Rob, all these Biggie Smalls, all this coming out in the 80s and 90s. So they're seeing New Yorkers in the summertime with Timberland boots on. Guess what these crazy ass Colombians start wearing? All the Afro-Colombian men down here start wearing. And think about it. For all you guys that's been down here to hot ass Cartagena, hot ass Barranquilla, hot ass Cali. Walking around because they saw some New Yorkers on music videos wearing Timberlands for about a good 2 or 3 years here in Cali. Andre told me the story. You got Black people walking around with bootleg Timberland boots on because they saw y'all asses in New York walking around in them hot ass boots that ain't even comfortable. And anybody tell me that Timberland's comfortable, you lying to the motherfucker. You got to break them motherfuckers in for like 2 or 3 years and don't take them off when you sleep. Them motherfuckers about as comfortable as cowboy boots in a wild, wild west. What's my point in saying all that? My point in saying all that is this. Start making some of the transition of things that you really don't need today, even though your exodus might not be for 4 or 5 years from now. Dude, there were suits that I gave away. Really nice suits I gave away. I don't need all these damn suits. I need all these damn suits. I need enough suits for work. I ain't trying to impress nobody in this motherfucker no more. So no, I don't need suits to impress females. Why? Because I ain't impressing none of these bitches down here no more. Why? Because I ain't fucking American women no more. So all the stuff that I was purchasing to impress American women, all these colognes, these 50, 60 colognes that I got up here, all that was here since I was in Colombia. I ain't buy no more colognes when I was in the States. What for? I ain't fucking none of them. I had a few colognes that made me smell good while I was walking past them on the job or in the grocery store. That was it. But I wasn't getting no phone numbers. I wasn't going to the club. That shit was out. What the fuck? I wish the fuck would be in Chicago paying $20 for a goddamn drink. And normally in the clubs in the United States, they water the shit down anyway because you can't take the drinks out the club. If you pop the bottles, you got to leave a bottle there if you don't drink it all. Here in Colombia, you take that shit with you. Sometimes it's just good time period to get rid of some stuff that you realize slowly but surely I don't need. And the number one thing that you need to get rid of, if you plan on living outside the United States and you're on monk mode, get rid of the shit that you used to do or have to impress bitches. You know how much money I was able to invest in the market when I stopped dating females in the States. Stop going to clubs in the name of, by the time I walk up out of here, I'm gonna have some pussy on my arm. Stop trying to wear certain outfits that I knew that bitches like. Stop, not the clothes that I like, no, the ones I knew bitches like. Shoes, bitches like. Styles, bitches like. Instead of just getting me a nice $30 cologne that smells really good, I need a $200 cologne. Like this bitch supposed to recognize that smell is $200, but I'm dumb enough to believe it. No more of that. All that wasted money, and this was years. Like I said, this was my mind changed, and I sold my truck within the first 3 months of when I decided to move to Colombia. And I still had a 3-year journey ahead of me. Hadn't even met Andrea. Andrea wasn't even in the picture. Cali wasn't even in the picture. I'm still in Medellin back and forth. Cartagena and shit. If you plan on it 15 years, let your kids grow up. And then you say, you know what? I'm moving to Brazil. Start getting rid of shit now. Because you know us men, half the shit we got is to impress a bitch. Reason why we got that Corvette, we like the car, but part of it is to impress a bitch. Bitches will suck the dick of a dude that got a Corvette. Okay, cool. What's my point? Being strategic. I applied my steps strategically. I knew what I was doing when I was getting rid of that shit. And then think about it. If I had waited to right when I got ready to officially leave and move to the United States, the value of that truck would have plummeted. And I wouldn't have got, anywhere near the amount of money I got for it at that time period. I'm so glad I got rid of that gas because of the motherfucker. And I just so happened to buy it 3 months before the U.S. at that time period, where the U.S. like in 2012, 2014, when gas prices went up to like $4 or $5 a gallon, and I got a big ass Ford F-150. I only had 3 months, so now I'm paying all this $5 for gas, expensive ass insurance on this truck because it's just like only a year old, and the car note. And I got to keep the motherfucker clean because the last female can smell the last female pussy in the backseat. So now I got to get it detailed all the time because every bitch want to get fucked in it. Man, y'all keep on thinking I'm playing. Keep on thinking I'm playing. He writes strategically for yourself. He said, apply it strategically for yourself. Own the vision. Dre, brother, blessings and more power to you. Thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I know I didn't get a chance to get to all the shout outs because we've been here and I've been running off the mouth for the longest. We got 148 people here. Make sure all 148, such as my man, Mike Lowry. Click that like button. Shout out to you, Mike. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. My man, Jay Fleming, make sure you subscribe to Jay's channel. Shout out to Jay and my man, Bobby 55. That's what I'm talking about, man. We got the whole family in the building and the new brothers. Shout out to Donald being in the building, Mr. Jackson. God is always good. Always good, bro. Always good. Kid you not. Tell you my story. This is how good God is. I'm in prison and I decided I'm turning my life around, become a better person, become a better man. I ain't thugging. I had already turned my life around before I got locked down. I was on my way to college. I ain't gonna tell y'all the full story. I'm gonna save it for Kings and Dreams, but I'm on my way to college and the feds locked me down. On the way to college. Y'all gonna hear the story on Kings and Dreams. But I'll never forget, man, I was on my knees praying. This was 2 years into my 10-year bid. And I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get out. I don't know what my life gonna be. I'm sad, I'm hurt, I'm crying. And all I heard God was like, read a book. And I'm like, you don't know, and I'm telling God, you don't understand. You don't know what's going on in my life. It's messed up. I'm telling God, you don't know what's going on in my life. All I'm hearing in my spirit was, read a book. Like, what are you talking about, man? Read a book. And I know it wasn't like, you need to read my word, my son. It wasn't like that, one of those. I know the difference. It was, Andre, get in the habit of reading. It's going to take your life to levels you've never expected. So I just started, the first book I read was Terry McMillan's Mama. Then I read Waiting to Exhale, like way back in the day. I started just reading. The thicker the book, the more I was reading. And all of a sudden I just started focusing on it. And I got the job being a school teacher in the feds because somebody said, who's that dude that's always reading books? Get him. Kid you not, that's how I got the job. They were like, we need somebody to be the GED teacher and help all these guys get their education. And they were like, who's the brother that's always walking, reading books all the time? Get him. And they hired me where everybody else is working in the fields, like the movie, Life, where everybody else in the fields. I'm in the air-conditioned office. I'm the school teacher. And so for 2 years, I taught GED, helping guys get their education and helping them enroll into college. And that's probably where I got the foundation of becoming a college recruiter when I came out for the last 20 years. Once I got out, that's one of the careers, mainly the main career that I followed for 20 years before moving to Colombia. Books. Tony Robbins books. Your boy is a reader, man. Adam Grant book. Books. I got a couple other books. I got here's another one I'm reading. The Secret of Love, Health, and Money. Then I just finished reading, I wish I finished it before, but I was halfway through. Philly Dom's, the YouTube channel, the YouTuber, Philly Dom's life story. Shout out to my man, Philly Dom. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel and make sure you purchase his book. Really good autobiography. Really good biography. Books. I never stopped reading. It's been 30 years since that prayer. 30 years since God said, read a book. All right. And books and knowledge and insight has taken my life to places I never expected. They say that the average millionaire reads 50 books a year. You know that for forever, Why you think Oprah Winfrey has a book club that's blown up into a business? Why you think Bill Gates has one of the world's largest book clubs? When he reads a book, everybody's reading that book that are readers. The average millionaire and billionaire reads 50 books a year. What do they say? What do they say if you want to hide something from black people? Do they say hide it around the corner? Do they say hide it on the internet? Nope. Do they say hide it on the television show? Nope. Hide it in music? Nope. What do they say if you want to hide something from black people? Where do you put it? You put it in a book. Because the stereotype is black people don't read. And that's sad. That's being strategic, doing stuff on purpose. Kid you not. So when he say God is good, I know God is good. Shout out to you guys. I mean, GS is in the building. Saw you early on Austin. Yeah, shout out to Austin, man. He's doing good. What's good, and chat gang? Like the motherfucking stream. Click that motherfucking like button. Shout out to you guys. Let me go back to my man, Plain Eddie in the building. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all you guys. I definitely do. We appreciate you guys supporting our brand, our channel, our businesses. We appreciate that you take us serious. And I mean that. We appreciate the fact that you don't see us as they're just pretending to be like that. But off camera, Andrea is really, y'all really see that we real. When these cameras go off, me and Andrea just dude. If you do, me and Andrea been together almost 5 years, married 4. Bruh, you'd swear that we just met. As affectionate, as loving, as dude, the compliments that Andrea showers me with every day. She got me in the habit of showering her with compliments. I never was a compliment showering type of dude. You know, you give a female, you looking good in that dress, girl, bring that ass in. You those type of things. You know how we do in the States. No. A Colombian woman, the right ones will literally shower you with compliments about stuff about you that you ain't never even noticed. If you real, dude, I get at least 5-6 times a week how amazing of a husband I am. All day long, shower me with love and kisses on the head and cheek. And now I find myself doing the exact same thing to her because I'd be dang if she'd outdo me. So we're talking about 4 years later, almost 5 years later. So my point in saying this is I really appreciate and we appreciate you guys see that we the real deal. Ain't nothing fake. Ain't no, well, I didn't tell you about the time me and Andrea got into a heated argument. We ain't never had no heated. Andrea not a heated argument type of person anyway. Andrea straight, quiet Scorpio. Andrea, boy, the madder she get, the quieter she get. That's how you know Andrea mad, because she gonna say it like an old school mafia dude. She go, we're not about to do this. Andrea's like one of the women that be like, I got a set of skills. You know, that type of tone. See what I'm saying? Andrea don't do You know that she's serious because her voice just starts to go down like real low. And we ain't doing this. So. Not in my house. Not here. Not today. No way. Not my husband. No. And you be wanting to yell, but how do you yell at somebody that their voice dropped down? You looking stupid, raising your voice. We're not gonna do it. No, we ain't gonna do that. No. Let that happen in other people's houses. We're not gonna. Okay. She bring her voice all the way down to a whisper. The matter she did. And we've only had maybe like in 4 years, maybe 5 disagreements. And we probably had, 4 of those disagreements were when I was driving, we were in the car. I'm the loud American, motherfuckers, stupid ass, you can't drive. I'm the loud American. Andrea's the laid back, quiet Colombian. And she like, babe, you don't have to do that. Why? Babe, don't yell at people. You don't know what they could have they could have a weapon on them. Don't yell. So now I understand where she's coming from. I think that's the most that we've had. We really don't rah-rah, man. We the real deal. When you guys meet us, when you come to town and you guys meet us, it's not like they must have just got done from an argument. We be happy and hanging out with y'all, laughing, drinking, having beers, and we still have date nights. We had date night last night. Turn on one of our, we got a chance to watch what was it, Fast and the Furious 10, to let you know it's gonna be an 11. And so she had her favorite beer. I had my favorite beer, and we just sit back, just having our drinks, just having a good time, late night date night at home. We've been doing it for years. So we appreciate that you guys really see us as the real deal, and not one of those fake ass couples or those fake people that come on YouTube just to pretend, but that ain't who they really are. And I'm glad that you see that we haven't changed. We still just as humble as we were year one. I know some YouTubers, man, that they were humble and cool, down to earth the first couple years, and then they changed up a little bit. And we still the same couple that love to see everybody else happy and relocating to another country. Man, Haitian in the building, shout out to you, brother. Glad that you made it down here. He said, but I had a moment. See, I'm dipping in the conversation. Shout out to my man, Maurice is in the building. He said, I told him that you can have, I'm dipping in a lot of conversations. Shout out to Big Dave being in the building, as well as my man EMB. Shout out to you, brother. Everybody's here. It's a lot of, okay, I figure since 142 people here, there's a lot of people that I haven't had a chance to say what's up to, such as my man Anthony in the building. Shout out to you. Raiders lost. Guess I can have a perfect day. But hey, my Michigan Wolverines won this weekend, so they're 4-0. Wolverines keep me going when the Raiders can. He said, I was just wondering, I read that one, just discovered your channel. Yes, sir. We do consultations. My man Aaron is in the building as well. Shout out to you. With the happy dancing. I like that. Globalist mindset. That's the purpose. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Gotta have that globalist mindset. Because they want you to have a limited mindset. They want you to be caged in mentally. Because if they cage you in mentally, all they got to do is just keep you on the crab in the buckets mode. And I never understood crabs in the buckets until I saw crabs in the buckets. If you have never seen crabs in a bucket, like fresh caught crabs, they ain't going nowhere. They literally you can have a whole big giant bucket of crabs, and not one will hit the floor. All of them alive. And when one of the mugs hits, because I used to get fresh crabs when I was in Tampa. You go buy the blue crabs, get you about a good 20 of them babies. Go ahead, get the seasoning, get the boiling them crabs before the football game come on, get you some Corona. You're good. And you go get your fresh crabs, right? And them crabs as soon as one, they use each other to try to get out, not realizing they limiting each other. None of them can escape. I never saw one crab crawl across the floor. And you seeing all these crabs move around, and as soon as one get close to the edge, one just grab them, trying to climb up, but actually pulling the other crab down. You know, like I said, you see the cliche all the time, but when you see it in real life, you're like, nah, I get it. That's America. That's America. We get some crap. If we don't master nothing, we master a Star-Spangled Banner and pulling each other down. We will use racism to pull each other down. We use economic. We'll use aging. We'll use gender. We'll use sexual preference. Whatever it is in America, we're going to use something to pull your ass back down to where we are. We'll use shame, guilt, insult. We'll use sign language like a motherfucker to pull somebody down in the United States. We have no problem with doing the crabs in a bucket, and we'll do it shamelessly. Shamelessly. Yep. They don't want you to be a globalist. Wish you would be a globalist. Which you would walk around with a passport bro t-shirt in your local mall, meaning that you got a passport and you doing something with your life outside of the plantation. Shout out to Kansas, who Kansas City Chiefs beat down Chicago Bears. Woo! At least my Raiders tried, but goodness gracious. Let's scroll down. Let me just make sure that I hit just about everybody that I saw. Dark Green is in the building. Shout out to you, Dark Green, for being here as well. And my man Harry. Shout out to Harry. Here's that Andre straight up simp trick. Andre straight up simp trick. Come on, man. Okay, here's how we do on Gangster Crip. Okay, I'm gonna act like I don't know what the hell you talking about, but we on this channel, for all you guys that don't know, we all get along on this channel, no matter what race, color, creed, and we don't deal kindly with trolls. So we're gonna give you one more chance. Let's say you just slipped up and you know, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. But next time you say something, man, we're going to have to ban you from the channel and see you. We're gonna waste all our time doing that. We do positivity over here. Man. Dummies running Colombia. Okay, here we go. You gotta go. And I could crack some jokes, bro. Now, if they let, boy, you this is not the channel that you want to be on, looking like Marilyn Manson without his makeup. You don't want to be like that, looking like the son of Herman Monster. You come on, bro. Let's not do that with them ears, man. Don't do that, man. I'm trying to be nice. You coming with material. I'm not trying to crack jokes on your ears. I got little mouse ears. With your ears, you can donate one and still have enough for everybody else in the room. All right, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind with that forehead too. And you got bangs. My little sister had bangs when we was kids. Come on, man. You a grown ass man. How you got bangs? And how your glasses thicker than mine? Looking like Mr. Peabody and shit. Come on, man. Stop that, man. See, I'm about to put you in timeout, block you from the channel, all that good stuff. Comments gonna disappear. Ain't nobody gonna recognize that you even existed on the planet no more. Your mama don't even know you no more. Your aunties don't even remember your middle name. Come on, man. All you had to do is just be like the rest of us, having a good time. But I'm gonna put you in timeout, man. Maybe you can come back someday, but not today. It's all right, brother. It's all right. I'm just saying, man. Goodness gracious. Did it take all that? Shout out to my man Jamon in the building as well. And Dapper. Yeah, them hey, man, in Cali, Colombia. Just because they saw it on some music videos in the early 2000s, they watching Nas ass, they watching Biggie, they watching Method Man, watching all you damn New Yorkers burn your feet burning up hot in the motherfucking New York in the summertime. And so they figured they could do it too here in Cali, Colombia on the other side of the equator. Oh man, that shit funny. I was like, man, I wish I'd have been here to see that shit. I'd have been laughing my ass off. Let's see. I think I got everybody. E-Man is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. If I didn't get to your you to shout out, man, blame it on my head, not my heart. I think I just about got everybody. Boss Levels in the building. Shout out to you. Ain't leather mess. He say, ain't messing up my leather. I'm with you, brother. Shout out to Jason in the building as well. Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, I think we got rid of your boy. The boy looked like the son of Herman Monster. I had to let him go. Shout out to Art of Will. Trails have multiple bot accounts. I caught that. Oh, trolls. Yeah, I caught that. I caught that he came back up. Mr. 365 grind himself. What's up, OG? I've downsized all my bills. That's a good one. I know a lot of guys that's like, let me make sure I take care of my bills, make sure I take care of my debts, get everything in order, then make sure I got everything set up for my kids, so forth and so forth. You know, one of my partners, his kid's about to graduate college, getting everything set up for them. And he on his way down here next year. He said, I'm good with my paid for Toyota Camry. Preach. When you at the point in your life when you ain't trying to impress nobody in the States, man, it's so freeing. When you are not trying to keep up with the Joneses, because you know you got a better life waiting for you in another country. Man, listen, it's so liberating, bro. When you ain't have to impress no females. I was asking females for a dance, like, hey, you want to dance? I was going to the salsa clubs in the States, but you want to dance? Cool. You don't? Cool. I wasn't trying to get no phone numbers. My phone was empty. I wasn't trying to get no phone numbers, nothing new. Only females I was talking to was my true female colleagues and friends. That's it. That's it. I'm the only people I talk to on the phone. I wasn't kicking it with nobody. Nobody, though. I wasn't about to waste a dime on them chicks in the States. Shout out to Wear a Night in the building. Not having a car payment is the best. Insurance in the States is no joke. I've been hearing about that. Not only the gas, but I've been hearing about the insurance. It's crazy. Shout out to Wall Report in the building as well, my man. All right. Shout out to Uno in the building. He said, "What's up, Dre?" He said, "I'm late to the live, but keep doing what you do. True motivator. Definitely a motivation to me in getting the fuck out of the States." So salute. Got to get out of this rat race. Yes, man, dude. And half the rat race is because they want us to continue to make money, buy stuff. Make money, buy stuff. Make money, buy stuff. They don't tell us about investing. They don't tell us about savings. They just want us to make the money, buy it. Rob Peter, pay Paul. Rob Peter, pay Paul. No. No. Let's get ready to go to the video, guys. Once again, this video is a recap of a video that I did a few months ago. We was going to walk through it together. And it is about the J curve. Everybody has one. There's not a person on the planet that doesn't have a J curve. I don't care if you're a person that lives in a third world, like a real third world country, not a developing country. Everybody goes through the J curve of life. And so we're going to talk about, once you find out what your J curve is, then you'll get to the point where you don't have to worry about what you have to do in order to relocate to another country. Are you doing it right? Are you doing it wrong? Are you making a mistake? Should I not do this? I got you. We're going to go through the J curve, and you guys are going to appreciate this video. One of the signs of a man is going to be successful, he does not complain about what he needs to do to be successful, and he does not blame when it comes to what steps he needs to take and any interruptions or challenges he has on his way to success. No successful man has ever sat back and kicked the can down the road and said, well, I wasn't successful because Jay-Z was successful. His album came out 3 months before mine did, so they never heard of me. I wasn't successful because this other person wrote his book before I wrote my book. So therefore, on Passport Bros, therefore, I wasn't able to put my book out. That's bullshit. Always remember, your brain does not focus on both at the same time. You got a choice, focus on a problem or focus on a solution, but you can't focus on both. What I usually tell people, my students, whenever something used to go wrong, I kid you not, I tell my students, I said this before in this live stream, I give my students 1 hour to fuss, cuss, complain, whatever happened, flat tire, whatever, lost your school book, girlfriend broke up with you, you got 1 hour to let it all out. cuss, fuss, drink, be mad, whatever you text her, whatever it is, you got 1 hour. Anything after an hour, now you're complaining and you're wallowing. I'm going to say this again for men. Anytime a situation happens, even the death of my mother, even the death of my lovely mother, I gave myself an hour to wallow in that moment. Was I still hurt after that hour? Hell yeah. But we got to look for insurance forms. We got to get the obituary together. We got to call pastor. We got to go down there and get the caskets. We got work to do. Am I still hurt? Yes. But my brain is not focusing on the pain of losing my mother. Now my brain is focused on the solution of making sure that she has the burial that she deserves. We're going to start right there for a split second. That is one of the first things that you guys are going to have to come to the conclusion of. The human brain, the way that it's wired, it does not focus on the problem and solution at the same time. You cannot focus on the flat tire and how to fix the tire at the same time. You can't focus on the relationship ending and the new relationship that you're about to have in the future at the same time. The brain is not wired like that, especially men brains. Male brains are wired differently from the ladies' brain. They can think on levels in different ways that we can't. That's why they always got that mouthpiece. With males, for the most part, we're either thinking on this side or on that side, but we're rarely thinking. So you have a choice. And that's why I still do this today. So a couple months ago, during the festival last month, the refrigerator that we had for like the last 4.5 years shut down. Small piece, could have been replaced, but I want the new refrigerator anyway. So I had a choice. I could focus on the fact that a refrigerator just shut down or focus on getting a new refrigerator. So I focused on the new one. In less than 3 days, brand new refrigerator, the one that we really want anyway, new style, the electronic, everything is computerized. We got the refrigerator. You can focus on the problems of your life or how you can't move to another country, or you can focus on what steps you need to take to move to another country. But your brain will not focus on both at the same time. All the worries that you have, all the stuff that you heard about Colombia, all the stuff that you heard about DR, or it is almost a 21-hour flight to Thailand. What if something happens? You do not have time to focus on both. So you can sit up there and be one of the guys that focus fully on what to worry about, or be one of the guys to focus on what I can do if an emergency happens, what steps to take if an emergency happens. That's why you guys haven't seen me call back to the States. Hey, cuz, can you send me about a good Tawi? Can you send me about a Tawi? I get that back to you, man, next month. I ain't made that call. Because I put myself in a position, and many guys that are already here, we put ourselves in a position to where emergency happens, we're good. There are guys down here that put themselves in position by networking with other guys. You come down here, you don't know where all the hospitals are, but you know me, I know where the hospitals are, so they're just as good as you know where they are. So a lot of you guys, your problem solving is the networking groups that you get into. So when you come to another country, you don't have to know where all the grocery stores are. A guy hit me up today. He said, Dre, I'm in Cali. What are barbershops? I introduced him to the group of guys who got hair. You see how that worked? I didn't focus on the problem that, man, my boy need a haircut. I don't know where the barbershops at. I should know. I didn't do all that. All I did, I said, I got a WhatsApp group for you guys, and they're full of dudes, full of hair. And I ain't got none. So therefore, and now he has a whole group. And I went to the group to make sure that he went into the group, he introduced himself. And now he's hanging out with over 30 dudes that live in this area that could tell him where the barbershops are throughout Cali. So it's not your job to have all the answers, but it is your job to know where to go to get the answers. Let's go back to the video. That's what I was focusing on, even though I was in the pain of it. I gave myself 1 hour to go through the boo-hoos and all that stuff. My mama gone. After that, I got work to do. Was I still hurting months later? Still today, to this day? Yeah, you miss your mama. But grown, successful, and I use that term on purpose because I researched the difference between regular dudes like most of us are and successful mother that we sit back, we kind of like look at from afar, like we're on the outside the bakery looking in. Wow, look at Jordan. Wow, look at Leonardo. Wow, look at that's, oh wow, Donald Trump. Look at all these successful dudes. Like we're on the outside looking in. That smash the window. Go in and be a part of the men that are successful. One of the signs of being a successful man, mistakes happen. You take on the responsibility of if it was your fault. Never kick the can down the road. Don't blame a coworker. Don't blame anybody else if you know that it was your fault that it took place. You will never see me blame my wife. I'll never blame you guys. I'll never put any pressure on anybody else if it wasn't for this person. No, Andre, it is your responsibility. This is your life. You are walking on this planet. It's your job, Andre, to hash order. And if it don't come in order, Andre, it's your fault. Whatever level of life that you on, Andre, right now, you put yourself there, Andre. Nobody else. And I'm gonna tell you how to. I'm gonna give you the 5 ways you can get your life from being unfucked. You ready? Before we go any further into that, he's right. Whatever, you can't blame the white man. Don't use that excuse. Is racism out there in the United States in full force? They did a survey and they said that United States right now is more racist than it's been in over 50 years. They say United States right now is as racist as it was during Jim Crow, just doesn't have the same laws. In other words, right now in the United States, if it was up to many white people, there will be separate water fountains. That's how racist the United States is right now. Why? There's a reason for it. The reason why it's so racist in the United States because times are tight and people are establishing their camps. White people are having their camps. It's us for no more. Hey, we can't help the black people. It's tight over here for us. Black people are like, fuck the Latin people because hey, it's tight over for us. Why they want to let all them immigrants in here? All the immigrants are like, well, we're going to band together and we're going to rob the black people and the white people. So everybody's so scared now, nobody wants to help each other because economically time's tight than a motherfucker. That's no excuse. That's not your excuse. That's their excuse. That's not your excuse. You got to come to the point or place in life where excuses don't exist. I have no excuses. If I don't get my butt up in the morning and accomplish something financially, spiritually, physically, something, relationship-wise, network-wise, I can't blame nobody else but me. I have no excuses in this thing called life anymore. I refuse to live by any form of excuse. Does racism exist? Yes. Does biasness exist? Yes. Does prejudging, being prejudiced exist? Yes. That's not going to stop me. Just because something exists doesn't mean it has the power to stop you. I'm a perfect example that having a number, having several numbers, federal and state numbers behind my name, every time I fill out an application in the United States, I could have said, well, the reason they don't hire me because I was incarcerated, I was in the feds, I was in the States, so they ain't gonna let me, they ain't gonna let, because I got a number behind my name. If I'd have did that bullshit, well, Andre, you different. No, Andre, I'm strategic. Remember the word, strategic. I knew I had a number behind my name, so I had to go the extra mile. I couldn't put my application only on the internet, submit my resume, 50 different jobs, and just wait. I got a numbers behind my name. I got numbers, dude. The rest of you dudes that ain't got no number behind y'all name, y'all don't have to worry when it comes to when they look at that part. Have you ever been incarcerated over the last 7 years? Convicted of a crime? You don't have to worry about that part. I had to either worry about it or focus on the solution. So my solution was get my resume in front of their face before the application got to them. I submit the application. I told you guys this before. I would do just like the rest of y'all. Go to the internet. I'm looking for a job. I find 50 jobs that have to do with me. I fill out the application. I submit the resume. Most of them will have either human resource director's name or name and phone number. I will call the phone number, ask for their fax. What's their fax number at that time period? You can fax stuff over. I would fax it over, and my resume will be sitting on the desk. I called to, now mind you, where's my original resume in application? In the internet with the other 50,000 people that applied for that same damn job. It's gonna take a few days for my resume and application through the internet to get called up. So by the time human resource gets my resume from the fax, I call 2 days later. Literally every time, call 2 days later. My name is Andre Spence. I sent my resume for Mrs. So-and-so. Oh, she, I'll get her on the phone right now. Mrs. So-and-so, yes. Miss Crawford, yes. My name is Andre Spence. I was the one that faxed over my resume a couple of days to you. I was wondering if you got a chance to look up. Andre, I have your resume on my desk right now. I was just going to call you right after my lunch break, but I can talk to you now. I'd like to schedule for a time. Are you available tomorrow morning? We're doing a group interview. Are you okay with group interviews? You are? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to have the secretary give you the directions to our location, and I look forward to meeting you tomorrow. All right. All right. Well, see you then. Every single job I got since incarceration, that's how I did it. Just in case you wonder how I went from a dude that was locked up in prison to a dude that's making $85,000 a year, that's how I did it. I did not sit around waiting like the rest of you dudes. I put my resume on the internet. I filled out the application on the internet. I filled it out 50 times a day for 50 different companies, and I just sit back and I waited. No. The name right there, the human resource director, and the name of the company. If they just gave the name of the company, I'd use my cell phone to Google it. Oh, that's like 10-minute ride from here, okay? Oh, this they front. I call the front desk, secretary answer. My name is so-and-so and so-and-so. I like to fax over my resume to the head of human resources. What will her name happen to be? I'll write her name down. Y'all know I'm a note-taking motherfucker right now anyway. So y'all know I ain't lying, because y'all know how Andre be taking some notes. I write her name down, her phone number, and the name of the company. And by the time I get done with the day, that day, I might have 15, 20 companies I did this with. Where you filled out online 50 applications, all I needed was 15 companies. I got 15 head of resources, names, 15 phone numbers, 15 faxes, and I didn't even have a fax machine. I was taking my ass to Publix, shout out to Publix in Florida. I'm taking my ass to Kroger's, shout out to Kroger's in the Midwest. And I'm paying $10 and 12, not $10, but 10 cents, 12 cents, or $1 for them to fax it over. I ain't even have a fax machine. And each time I got the interview and or got the job. When you focus on the solution, remember I said the male brain, we don't focus on both very well. Either we're good at focusing on our problem or we're good at focusing on our solution, but we don't focus on both, and we're not successful at doing that as men. Our brains are not wired like that. So you got a choice. You can focus on how fucked up things are and complain about the United States, or you can focus on and treat it like it is the plantation corporation or the corporation plantation. Get your money up. Do what you need to do for your family and your friends while you're there. Start giving away shit. Getting out of the plantation mindset. Start visiting the country that you want to go to eventually as far as relocating. Focus all your mind on the solutions. And guess what habit you'll bring with you when you move to another country? In other words, part of your routine problem-solving skills. Because you develop the ability to not worry where others will worry, but you develop the ability to focus when everybody else is losing their damn mind over here, you will bring to another country your problem-solving skills. And that's why Andre can go crazy over something. What about this? I'll be sitting up here like, you done? But babe, the refrigerator. You finished? I said, I've been wanting to get a new refrigerator for the longest anyway. And there was nothing wrong with the refrigerator. We could have got that little piece fixed. Man, I could pay $60 and got that little piece fixed. But I wanted the new refrigerator. It's been 4 years. I want the nice little fancy electronic refrigerator with the beep, 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 beep. So that little piece just gave me an excuse to spoil myself by us getting a new refrigerator. That's how I did it. That's how I was not part of, I kid you not. If you want to know my secret of how I stayed out of prison, when the recidivism rate, the return rate of men going to prison is 85%. That means if you've been to jail one time, you got an 85% that your ass gonna eventually take your ass right back to prison. That's why the United States makes so much money off the prison industrial system, because they got repeat individuals that's coming back, repeat workers. All they do is got to get you in that treadmill one time, fuck up your probation or your parole one time, and you're gonna be right back in there. And you 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna have the confidence to do what I did, faxing, talking to human resources. You're so scared about, you got a number. Soon as they see it, they ain't gonna want to give you the job. And check it out. Most of the jobs I had was white collar jobs where they really do the investigation. You know, blue collar jobs, they be like, as long as he can lift something, hey, you got a job. White collar jobs, they be like, okay, let us do some homework and get back to you. And after I do the interview, kill it. Not even a week and a half later, I got the job. Not even 6 to 8 months later, I get my first promotion. Not even a year and a half later, I got my second promotion. I'm senior this and senior that and management of this and management of that. Regular ass brother that just got out of prison. I could have focused on the problems, or I could have focused on the solution. But I'd be danged if as a male, I was gonna try to focus on both. Once you master your problem solving skills, I'm telling you, the reason why they call problem solving skills, because there's gonna always be a challenge in life. You'll never have a time in life where there's not some, it's never gonna be a whole year of smooth sailing. You can't think of the year in your life since you've been an adult that the whole year was smooth sailing. You never got a cold. You lost the weight that you was trying to lose. Your diet was always just right. Pussy just falling out the sky. There ain't nothing, money just falling. Ain't nothing but falling out the sky but pussy and money. Money full of pussy, stuff full of money. That ain't never happened. You've always had a challenge and a solution. But a lot of times we just, as Americans, we were trained to focus on the challenge. Our politicians have caused us to master that. If you vote for so-and-so, she'll take away all your rights to her. If you don't vote for me, you're going to end up losing all your. They give us so much stuff to worry about and fear. No sound? You can't hear me? Let me see. I have sound. Oh, sound is fine. Cool. Thanks guys for letting me know. Thanks guys. Okay, I'm good. Good looking out. Okay, cool. Good looking out. Okay. Look, let me turn me back down. All right, but yeah, that's how I did it. I kid you not. And that's how most of you guys have gotten successful where you are, whether you start your own business, and anybody that's entrepreneur knows there's going to always be challenges, but you got to be solution focused as well. Anybody that's been a parent, you know you can't focus on all the bad stuff your kids get on your nerves doing. You still got to focus on the solutions of life as well. Okay, little Kimberly tore down something. How do I fix it? The solution. Fathers are problem solvers, solution oriented. That's us. So guys, I kid you not, that right there, if I get, that's another one. If I being strategic, in other words, doing stuff on purpose, that's one of my number ones I would leave with y'all if I was no longer on YouTube. Secondly, you got a choice of focus on the problem or focus on the solution. Focus on the solution because the problem is going to always come, or the challenges of life will always come. I'm telling you guys, man. Once I learned that one, when I found out the brain does not even focus on the problem. If I said to you guys, blue car, think about your favorite blue car, whether it was be a blue Bugatti, a blue Porsche, a blue Beetle, whatever it is, favorite blue car. And then I said, think about this red handkerchief right here, this red handkerchief. And then you got to ask yourself, what the hell happened to the blue car? All of a sudden you think about this red handkerchief, the blue car, after I just took a few moments and said, think about your favorite one. And all of a sudden I said, think about the red handkerchief. That damn blue car disappeared. So it is when you are focusing on solutions and no longer focusing on what most would worry about. That's how I got the jobs. I could have did just like most people, kept my resume on the internet and just sat back and waited for a phone call. Fuck that. This is Andre. I focus on solutions. I'm strategic in everything that I do. Believe you me. All right, here we go. Let's go back to the video, guys. All you have to master is your who. And I mean this. This how I really unfucked my life. I was unhalf-assed my life. I mastered the art of who, what, where, when, why. And who I let in my life, what type of person. If you ever notice anybody that, ask Richie Mack. Ask any dude that's got to do with finances. Ask any attorneys that I hang out with. If you are not a person that's talking about success, you can't be a part of my who. I got a couple partners that, you know, we can just talk, sit around and talk. And some of you guys come to town, we can just hang out. But for my true inner circle, all my boys successful. Every one of them. Whether they work for a company or whether they got their own company. Everyone, if my who's are not by happenstance. I didn't just happen to have successful friends because the who's that I was around would not allow me to be a half-assed dude. What you gonna do what are you gonna do with your life, and what direction are you gonna take your life? I'm gonna say this again. I start mastering my what's. What I would bring into my life and what direction I was gonna go with my life. What am I gonna bring to my life? Half-assers never master their what. They would buy, purchase, and just go and do anything. Where are you going to get the knowledge from to be the person that you need to be? Where? If some of you do say, I want to leave the United States, let me get an online job, an online career. Where are you going to start? Where are you going to start with your studies? Where you going to go to get information? Whether it be consultations, whether it be, you gotta master where. You can't be, if all your wares are in Sasua. I went to DR for a month. I can't tell you where Sasua is. Why? It's not a part of my wares. You have to master where you allow yourself to go to. You can't just go everywhere. That's why I can tell you more about Santiago than I could ever tell you about Sasua, and everybody I know went to Sasua. Except for a few of you guys in the chat, just like me. Master your wheres. Master your who's. Master your what. What you gonna do with this thing called life? Master your why. Why you doing this shit? For family? You know, I want to build this business for family. I got my family to take care. Cool. Why you buying? Why ask yourself? Why you bringing chains, gold chains, or computers to Colombia, in Medellin, and you getting robbed? Why? Ain't that many of y'all going to Medellin and working diligently? Okay, you get to Medellin, y'all too busy tricking and partying all night. You ain't getting up at 6:30 in the morning and checking in and doing video chats. You will not see Andre everywhere. You see that? And my why. I know why I stay up at night to do what I do. I'm like Reginald Lewis. Reginald Lewis was the first black billionaire. He died at 50 years old. He owned Nabisco, him and his Asian wife. Great story, great book. Great book. One of my favorites. Why should white men have all the fun? We're gonna pause right there for a second. There's a lot of people that I consider some really good dudes, good examples throughout history. Reginald Lewis definitely is one of them. This is one of my first books that I've ever read. Why should white guys have all the fun? This book literally changed my life about not allowing racism and prejudice dictate who I was. I kid you not. After I read this brother's story, knowing that he died at 50 years old, but he died a billionaire, his family's still eating generations later off of what he did before there was an Oprah. Before Oprah was even thinking about $1 billion, before there was a Jay-Z, before there was all these other dudes that have crossed the $1 billion threshold. Kanye, there was Reginald Lewis. And that book title and that book changed everything for me. When everything that I do as an expat, I think, why the fuck should white boys have all the fun? Shout out to my white brothers, but this ain't about racism. This is about a point. Why should all my white brothers have large YouTube? Why should all my white brothers be the one that get 100,000 subscribers? There's only 60,000 American YouTubers that have ever crossed 100, that have that plaque on their wall. 60,000 Americans out of 200 million since YouTube been around since 2005. 200 million around the world, and only 60,000 have been Americans. Why should they all be white boys? Why should they all be women? Why should women with the big breasts and all that, why should all just be women be the ones to get the 100,000? Why should it just be white boys in Bali? Why should it just be white boys and my white brothers and sisters in Europe? Why should it just be black women with passports and traveling? I never forgot that, and I use that to this day. Why? Why should, and I always put somebody else underneath it. Why should other YouTubers become millionaires and not me? Why? There is no why. And that's what Reginald Point was with the whole book, his whole life story in the book. Why should, just the title, why should white boys have all the fun? Why should white guys be the only ones to enjoy this gift called life, to enjoy this planet? Like I always say, if a white brother, if he gets a backpack at 19 years old and decides to go to New Zealand or Europe, they make a movie about him. They encourage him. Mom, I'm going to discover myself. Just make sure I have money. And he just leaves and goes. Like he Lord of the Rings. Going on a journey. Let a black man do that. You've had almost a year of nothing but constant badgering, lies, attacks on the passport bro movement, the Blue Book Kings. We ain't doing nothing but what our white brothers and what black women have done for years. And now we decide to get our passports, and everybody under the goddamn sun, news outlets, magazines, newspapers, all throughout social media, TikTok, everybody's got something to say about black men having the audacity to use a passport and build lives and have happy women in other countries. How dare you, nigger? How dare you? And when I say nigger, I don't just mean white dudes or white women saying it. Mostly it's black dudes and black women running off at the mouth. If you notice, mostly white boys are saying, hey, we're going through the same thing. Can we go with you guys, passport bros? Now you got white boys trying to be passport bros. Because they like, we're going through the same shit here. You ain't alone. Can we go with you guys? We are going, brothers. We going too. The only people that's bitching and calling you nigger is black dudes and black women. That's it. Ain't no white women on YouTube on TikTok, throwing up a bunch of videos about the passport, bro. You got a few like ugly older women, but they just bitter about life because they got cat issues. But at the end of the day, you don't hear that. It's all nothing but brothers and sisters running off at the mouth. They'll never interview us, and if they do have us on, they want to attack us on their show, on their live stream. See these passport bros. It's all about the women. That's why I always try to emphasize as much as I can. Being a passport bro is not about looking for a wife. It's about looking for a life. And you might just happen to find a wife. But if you don't, at least I found a new life. That's what passport bro movement is about. It don't got a damn thing to do with just the women. It's all about, I need a new life. I'm tired of stressing out in the United States. God dang, don't y'all realize it? Y'all stressing the motherfucker out and I got to be on this planet. It's one thing to stress me out for the first 50 years. But you plan on stressing me out for another 50 fucking years. You got the first 50 years of my life and you stress me the fuck out the United States. Your laws, your women, your behavior, your politics, how money is fluctuating. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is my groceries going to be this? Real food, fake food. You stressing me the fuck out. I don't even got a chance in the United States. You ain't got a chance to even worry about a motherfucker being racist. Because you so busy worrying about robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I'm supposed to give you you fucked over my first 50 years. Some of you guys, your first 32 years. Some of you guys, the United States fucked over. Tricked you into buying a fucking degree that 85% of Americans don't even use, but you spent $60,000, $70,000 on the degree like the rest of our ignorant asses did. And you don't even use that motherfucker. I don't use mine, you don't use yours, but we paying back goddamn college debt. Fortunately for me, I worked for the colleges that I went to school for. Therefore, I went to school for free. Got my degrees for free. Because I was an academic college recruiter and I could go for free. But that's not the situation with the average American. And they want you, since you 32 and they done fucked over you, the women that talked about you, dogged you, you just sat up there and dealt with racial issues on television, on social media, and in songs and shit, being put down. Black man, how much longer was they supposed to put you down in the Color Purple movies? In the baby boy movies, make it seem like every black man was a goddamn baby boy or boys in the hood. Make it seem like every black man was nothing but a thug or soft and shit, like Bill Cosby was in the Huxtables. Or they couldn't believe that you could be Bill Cosby and James Evans on the Good Times at the same time. You couldn't be a stern father and yet be a doctor. As if black doctors could not be stern and good and solid fathers. You either had to be James Evans, broke than a motherfucker, but you was a stern father, or you had to be Heathcliff Huxtable. Heathcliff. How many brothers you know named motherfucking Heathcliff? Let's get that one out of the way. I don't know one motherfucking brother in the history of blackdom. Now, one black brother named Heathcliff ever. I don't even know how the fuck they came up with that name. One of my favorite television shows of all time. But come on, man. Come on. Ain't nobody kids that good. And even when they got in trouble on that show, it was like petty shit. I'm like, that's it? Y'all ain't get caught smoking no weed. Ain't nobody got caught drunk, partying and shit. Anybody got caught with no cigarette, no squares. Theo ain't get caught with no pussy up in the bedroom. None of that. What type of black teenagers are those? Ain't nobody get caught fucking. Ain't nobody get pregnant. You got 3 girls and ain't nobody get pregnant. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, and if it didn't happen, cool. But damn, you ain't had to make the male so soft. My point in saying that all that is, I know I was being a little facetious, but my point is, are we supposed to give another 50 fucking years, 40 years, 30 years when we know that down the line it's the same bullshit that's coming that was there last year, if not worse? And then the part that gets me is the people that tell us that we don't know what the fuck we talking about are the same people that's never left the United States. 50% of all passport users in the United States, you can look that one up. 50% of all passports that are owned by US citizens, they only use it for Canada and Mexico. You might as well keep your ass in the States. If all you do is go to Windsor, Ontario, Quebec, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, if that's all you do is take your ass there, and then maybe you might go to Tulum, might go to Cancun. Some of you dudes from LA cross over, have some fun in Mexico, bring your ass back from Tijuana. That's all y'all doing with passports? 50% of the passports? And you want to tell passport bros, we don't know what the fuck we talking about when it's time to go to Thailand, when it's time to go to Singapore, when it's time to go to Bali, when it's time to go to parts of Tanzania and buy property, Belize, or other parts of South America, Central America. You want to tell them passport bros don't know what we're talking about when it comes to El Salvador. When it comes, like I said, when it comes to Costa Rica, we don't know what the fuck we talking about. But you've never been those places. That's the part that gets me the most. I could see if these was fellow travelers, other than military dudes, that was telling us where I've been there and you guys aren't correct. But these people in the United States that criticize us, the brothers and the sisters, they ain't never been no goddamn where but other than Mexico, a cruise, or to Canada. And they want to tell us about what the fuck we doing with our lives. Stay in your business. Passport bros don't give a fuck about what's going on in the States with y'all. Y'all can commit all the crimes y'all want on each other. The only reason we know about what's going on because y'all on TikTok. That's the only reason. If it wasn't for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, half of us wouldn't know shit what's going on with the average American in the United States. We don't give a damn about what y'all doing. We do not care. Just leave us the fuck alone. That's all we ask. Keep doing what you do, and we'll keep doing what we do. Shout out to my man in the building, in between flights. Man, that's a good name. Damn, y'all got some good YouTube names, man. Damn, I wish I would thought of that one. Yeah, I got some good. My man B Panther, my man African Wolf. In between flights, that's a hell of a name. Shout out to you, brother, for that. Man, damn. Thank you for the $2 sticker, brother. Appreciate you for the love of the game. Man, that's a good name. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody in the super chats or cash apps. Dapper's in the building once again. He said, let me put in my collection into the collection plate for you, Mr. Andre. such inspirational or inspiration for many brothers. You should write a book. I actually got a couple books coming out. I got Bankrupting Bullshit in Your Life, How to Overcome Fear, Distractions, Complacency, and Discouragement. And I got how to no longer, what's the title I have? How to no longer half-ass your life, because a lot of us half-ass our life. I like what Tony Robbins said. He said a lot of people treat their life like it's a hobby, and not like life is a job, not a hobby. And that was me. I was a half-asser, dude. I half-ass everything. You know, some people that half-ass everything, they half-ass do everything. Half-assing is people that don't finish anything. The book is centered around how to finally become a finisher. You started a lot of businesses. You wrote a lot of books. You started a lot of courses. You done fucked a lot of bitches, but you never finished relationships. You never finished the books, even the books that you read or the books that you write, the courses that you created, the YouTube channels, all that is because you were a half-asser. You wasn't a finisher. That was me. And so I wrote a book on how I finally was delivered from being a half-asser, meaning I finally learned how to finish what I started. He said, I kid you not. Many blessings, sir. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. Those are two books. I got one already finished, and one of them I got about good 5 or 6 more chapters to finish off. He said, I can't wait for your books to drop in the future. Yes, that's the plan for early 2020. I actually had wanted to drop one before, but then I kind of like switched it up. Bankrupting Bullshit. I was gonna drop that off earlier this year. Then I decided to go a route that my shout out to the guy that did the not ghost writing, but the proofreading for me. He said, you should go in this direction. I was like, but then I kind of thought about it. I was like, that makes sense. So shout out to my proofreader. And Antoine's in the building. Dre, everything you said, they are guilty of it. And no real men are leaving and never coming back. We ain't coming back. When I say I'm a tourist in the United States, I'm a tourist with citizenship. That's all I am in the United States. I am a camera carrying. I'm gonna be walking around the United States with a camera, taking photos of shit like I'm an Asian tourist. Sorry, Asian brothers, for the stereotype, but you know what I mean. Like I'm an Asian tourist. I kid you not, I'm a tourist. I'm going to visit family. I'm going to maybe taste some foods that I hadn't eaten in a while. Go to a football or a basketball game. But other than that, I'm bringing my ass home to the rest of the planet. And I don't care what country I'm living in at that time period. I kid you not. Y'all guys be thinking I got this Pledge of Allegiance to Colombia. Okay, y'all keep on believing that shit. Yeah, I love this whole planet, man. I thank God that I was the one that the egg chose. I'm so glad that the egg chose me. Let's go back to the video. Get this book if you guys get a chance. And I think they have it on audio on YouTube. So you can listen to it for free. Let me check and see. Right now if they have this book on audio on YouTube for us. Let me check and see. Yeah. Nope, they just have excerpts of people. Let me see. Wait a minute, this might be it. Let me see. No, that's a lecture. If you pull it up, I don't see the book. Usually they have an audio version of a book. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might see it. Well, this might be, yep. That's somebody doing a lecture on it. So the audio book is not on YouTube to listen to, but definitely you want to get this book. Definitely you want to get it. Especially speaking of something that you want to get, let's pull this up for you guys right now. Go to the Patreon real quick. For you guys that didn't get a chance to get the list of the 300 online jobs, which are companies that allow you to work from anywhere, I'm about to pull this up so you guys can take advantage of it. I'm going to send this over to you guys. It's part of our Patreon page, but I'm just going to send it to you guys directly. This is a free part of our Patreon. Here we go. And I'm going to put this PDF into the chat right now. And I'm going to show you what this PDF is, so you guys will have this. No, that's not what I was trying to pull up. My bad. Build yourself a spring steam from scratch. No, that's not what I was trying to pull up. Let me see if this is it. Copy. Paste. Let me know if you guys can actually open that PDF. Let me know if somebody can open up that PDF of the 300 jobs. If you guys can open it up, then I'll just walk through this one right here. But I want to make sure that you guys get it first. And if you can't go through the PDF directly, I'll put in the link for the article. We can't. Okay, cool. I'm glad that you. Okay, now I know that you couldn't open it. That's cool. What I'll do is I'll put in the whole article. Okay, here we go. Try that. So I'm putting in the whole article. Click that, and then scroll down, and the PDF should be at the bottom. So like this is the article that you're going to see. So that's what I just sent you guys. If you scroll down right here to the bottom of that article. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, I put the wrong link. My bad. Let me go back, get the right one. Even though that's a good article, but that's not the one I want to give you guys. Companies that allow you to work anywhere. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Okay, so if you go into this article, you scroll down. This is a really good article I wrote. Right here is the PDF. So let me know if you guys are able to click on that, because that has the list of 300 jobs, the international jobs that are online. And I'm going to wait for you guys to make sure that you guys are able to open it. And I'm going to see if I can open it from my phone. Got it? Cool. Yep, I got it. Okay, cool. Perfect. Let me go back live. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, I'm glad you guys got it. So here we go. We're going to walk through it together. You guys don't have to go all the way through it with me, but at least you guys get a chance to see. I'll just start off talking about the type of skills or jobs that they're basically looking for. That's how I start off the PDF. So they're looking for coding and programming, technical support, office support, the medical knowledge and application skills for online jobs, legal skills, financial services. These are right here is the top 10 list of, let me make sure I'm on, you guys can see. Okay, this right here is the top 10 list of type of jobs that are available on the list. So human resources, sales, project managers, medical healthcare, customer service, education, accounting, finance, computer or information tech, IT, in other words, administrative and marketing. Many of these jobs are 5-6 figure jobs. Right here, I give you job banks. So this is where you would click on to go to find different jobs. Let's go to the first one right here. I click on the first one. And so now let's go to it. That's the first one that I clicked on. And now if I scroll down, this is a job bank that takes you where jobs are available. International jobs, and many of these jobs are hiring for online. That's just one we clicked on with all those jobs. For all you IT dudes, you'll like that one. Let's go back here. No, actually, let's go back here. Okay, let me make sure that you guys see on the screen what I have. All right, cool. So let's scroll back down to where we were. Like I said, so all these right here, these are just job banks of jobs. So if you're just looking for job banks that has a bunch of jobs in them, that's what these are right here. All these are job banks where you will look for international online job opportunities. Right here are 40 companies hired for remote workers in 2023, also 2024. And so this one right here is just look for customer service. You just click on type of job, remote jobs. You click on it. It'll take you right there. Bam. So all of them, I made sure that I put in the all you got to do is just click. Basically, I don't know why every time I go back it takes me back to the top, but I'm going to go down to where you guys are. So all these customer service, hiring internationally, customer support, marketing, digital, hiring internationally, even though many of these companies are located in the States. These are hiring in US and Canada. So if you just want one local, that's cool too. Sales, customer service, so forth and so forth. This right here is just, I believe I have 20 or 40. Let's see. Yeah, 40. These are 40 companies hiring internationally. Yep, so there's 40. This is one located in Indiana, but they're hiring internationally. Once again, the topic of this is companies that these are companies that are hiring for individuals to work anywhere in the world. And it's over 300. That doesn't include all the ones that are on the job banks that we were just looking at earlier. Now this one says hiring only in the United States. But so if you just want one that's hiring in the US, I have that down there to let you know where they're hiring for as well. So some are hiring internationally. Most are hiring internationally, like right here, hiring internationally. And you just click on it, it'll take you right there. So I just clicked on it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the ones for Wells Fargo. So let's go back. My bad, guys. That was my fault. I clicked the wrong button. Let me go back to screen share. And let's go back to the article. There we go. Okay. He said, you already heard the music. He said, I worship you. I didn't get that one, Louis, but I hope that was a good compliment. I'll take that as a compliment, brother. I get all my money tax free for. Let me not dip into you guys' conversation because I'm dipping the conversation, not staying focused. So that's what this is right here. Just give you some examples of some of the jobs that are in the job bank. So let's scroll back down again because it keeps taking me back to the top. And now here we go. Here's some more jobs waiting for you. Check out these major companies that are hiring for flex jobs and online jobs. So all these jobs from AHA to Amazon to Apple, all these jobs down here are hiring for if somebody just wants to work part-time or even full-time. This one is, they're looking for a, and some of these I put down what they asked for. Like this one is looking for assistant general manager. They're paying between $65K to $100K. This one is $15 an hour, $20 an hour. Data entry, remote data entry, all that is on there as well. And notice this, they're hiring for people to work worldwide, USA. Here goes some others. Now, when it comes to the money that you would make, if you are a person that's planning on living outside the United States, do realize this. You do not have to make the mistake of assuming that you have to make $25 or $30 an hour, because that's way more than what you would need to live, or at least start living, in a lot of the countries around the world. If you're making $17 an hour, I kid you not, if I was making $15 an hour and I had all the tax breaks that I get because I live outside the United States, and I could live in Colombia, I'd be a $15 an hour making motherfucker. What eats y'all up in the States is you don't get the tax breaks we get for living outside the States. So you're paying 30, 35% of your taxes, 25, 27% of your taxes, because you live physically in the States. But if you got an online job and you getting all these tax breaks, just think about it. The first tax break that you get is the tax exemption break. Exemption break. Next year, that's going to be, this year is $108,000. This year is $112,000. Next year's tax exemption for my taxes and all expats is going to be $120,000. That means up to, as long as we don't cross the threshold of $120,000, damn near all your money is tax-free except for money that needs to go into FICA, Social Security. That doesn't include the tax break that you get for your home expenses. We got a new refrigerator, right? That refrigerator is a tax break for me, even though I don't need it. Even though I don't need that tax break unless I break the $120,000 threshold, which we might do while I'm playing. You get that tax break as well. But you guys that sit back and you're in the States, $15, $20, $30 an hour, you need it because taxes are gobbling up your shit. Think about it. You pay taxes when you get your check, before you get your check. You pay taxes at the gas station. You pay taxes at the grocery store. Buy some clothes, they got the taxes coming as soon as you hit the counter. You go to a restaurant, the taxes are added off into that. Most countries in the world, whatever price you see, the taxes are already added in there. I don't never have to go anywhere in Colombia and there's some extra taxes on my receipt. That's literally whatever it says on the menu, the tax is already in that menu price. And that's how most of the world is set up. Not the United States. They make you feel like you got you a little deal going on where you say, oh, that's only $12. And then you get the taxes, it's like $15.72. That's why don't shun, if you plan on living outside the United States, don't shun many of these job opportunities because it doesn't make you feel like you can afford to live in the States. These jobs are not for dudes that want to live in the States. These jobs are for individuals that want an international lifestyle and live good while doing it. And when you ain't paying all them damn taxes, y'all think we get a break when it comes to currency, meaning the US dollar is worth more in another country. If the US dollar was even not worth more in another country, I still wouldn't go back to the United States. Why is that? Andre, I get too many damn tax breaks. If you and I were making the same thing and the US dollar was worth the same thing, for example, right now the US dollar is somewhat equal to Europe. Once we're living in Europe, it's basically the same thing. But here's the kicker. I still got a bunch of tax breaks that I get that you don't get. So my paycheck, if you and I were making the same thing, I get to keep damn near everything. You do not keep everything on your paycheck. Even though I'm living in Europe and the dollar is equivalent, I still get breaks because I ain't got to pay the taxes that your ass paying. That's one of the major reasons why a lot of Americans are not going back to America. Even on the tax side, it is gravy. Gravy. He said, Andre, I'm self-employed. Taxes cost me nearly $5,000 without write-offs. He said, I need an LLC to reduce my expense. Yeah. Yep. In the States, you got to go. Now, we're LLC, but as an individual, I get just regular being employed under my company. I get so many tax breaks, dude. It is freaking crazy. It's freaking crazy. I don't think they ever thought that when they made these policies that there would be a passport bro movement or a lot of Americans leaving. Yeah, Americans Americans that literally live outside the States pay very little to no taxes if it's done right. I wish I could tell y'all otherwise. I wish I could tell y'all, man, I can relate to y'all tax woes. I can't relate to that shit. My passport says file taxes, but most Americans overseas don't pay taxes. I'll say that again. Your passport on the back or even on the front, line 4, in other words, line D, tells you as an American citizen, yes, you have to file taxes. But the way that they have it all set up, they have the policy that very few Americans have to pay taxes because of all the tax breaks, exemptions, and credits that we get as expats. Dude, there are so many tax breaks that you get as an expat in the United States, from as long as you ain't got your ass living in the United States 330 days of the year. As long as you don't live there 330 days, and that's another reason, I wish the fuck I would go back and pay taxes. What? I'm a tourist, believe it. But yeah, as far as the job listing, take advantage of it, guys. I kid you not. Take full advantage of it because going all the way down. $15 an hour, $70K a year, $90K a year. $20 an hour to $30,000 an hour, U.S. company. A staff writer, $35,000 to $45,000 a year. Executive assistant. This one may just be a U.S. company, but all these companies that I have listed are only companies that they allow people to work from anywhere in the world. $110K to $140K, customer success management. All the way down. Yeah, guys. And then there's more. Top 11 international companies for remote. So now we just got international companies. This one is in London. This one is in Netherlands. This one is in India that's hiring for anybody around France, Ireland again, Japan, UK. All these are online company. These are online jobs that these companies are hiring. Netherlands, Germany, Sweden. Then I got list of remote work from home jobs that are hiring right now. So I give you even more on the list. So if you go all the way down, there's quite a bit that's available. 30 companies that hire for work from anywhere jobs. And these are more companies. All you gotta do is click on it. Like I said, a lot of content creators. I'm going to put the link once again in the comment section. Yeah, I know, Joe. Taxes are crazy. Canadians don't get the same tax breaks like Americans living. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I did not know that. But yeah, guys, take advantage of that. Take advantage of it. I kid you not. There are so many opportunities for individuals to take advantage of and just grow and to, like when I first came to Colombia, I was working an online job, just like like I was showing you guys. I was working an online job. Then I got one that was a part-time online job. So what I did was I had a full-time and I had a part-time one. Then I found what my niches were, and I began to grow into my business sector. Then YouTube came along, started to focus on that. But I kid you not, man, you don't have to have much to be successful in your first few years. For all you guys that have pensions and you are ex-military, things like that, you may want a part-time online job. Just say, I'm living in another country, but there's only so many parties that you can go to. There's only so many beers, cerveza in Espanol, so many beers that you can drink. And so you're like, okay, let me find a little part-time job so when I leave the gym, I have something to do. That's a part of my routine. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish off this video that I had as well, because this is very important as well in regards to relating to the jobs. But let's go back to the video real quick. A man is going to be successful. Master your who's.
We talked about that.
Happy ass into my life. I have blocked more motherfuckers from walking into my life than I have allowed dudes to come in. Anybody that knows me, know I'm a private dude. And a lot of you men are like that. I promise you, master, if your life is at that point, at that crossroads, and you like, which way to go? Stop. Find out in every area. Find out your why, when, what, how, and your who. I promise you, once you master asking yourself that with everything you do, it'll take off. Next thing about being successful as a man, be ready in everything that you do as a man. Be ready for the J curve. You might want to write this one down because this one's famous anyway in business. The J curve. Everything in life has a J curve.
Everything. There is nothing in life that you will ever do that does not have a J curve. Every single person in life has a J curve. A child has a J curve. A child's J curve is when they first start riding a bike and they're not good at it. So their skills feel like it's going down, not up. And slowly but surely, as they practice, they move upward. That's the J curve. Stop it, Jay. That was a good one, though. That's the J curve. The time that it takes to move up. Your performance is on the left, the things that you do, the time that's going to take. But most people don't want to follow their J curve. They want to follow somebody else's.
Everything, relationships, businesses, working out, everything has a J curve. The reason why most people don't succeed, give you a stat that most people don't know. Most people know that in the United States, over 80% of all businesses fail within the what? First 3 to 5 years, 80%. Most people don't know this stat though. Of the 80% that fail, only 20% revamp and go back and try it again. Most people, they go back to working a regular ass job. Only 20% say, you know, let me try this again. Let me revamp and move forward. 80% of those said, let me give it another chance, even if they had to do it 2 or 3 times. 80% succeed. Of the 80% that failed after 5 long years of hard work, only 20% went back. And of that 20%, 80% actually succeeds. Because they sat back and said, okay, what are we doing wrong? Who are we working with or who we shouldn't be working with? Why are we doing this? Where should we be pointing? Where should we be pointing our product? Or where should we be geographically located? And when should we be launching our products? Or should we be doing it year round? The J curve also. J curve is all businesses start on this part of the, let me write this. You take a marker so you'll see what I'm talking about. Guys about to learn some shit today. You're gonna thank your boy Dre. Okay, J curve. All businesses start on this side of the J. All your goals, all relationships, all marriages. If you're a parent, you start right here on the relationship of the J. Everything in life, when you were born on this side of the J. All of us, every single one.
Everybody has a J curve. Your performance, how you treat life, how you act in life, that's your performance. How you walk through life, your goals, your plans, how you go after your goals, how you go after your plans, how you go after weight loss, how you go after your YouTube channel, how you go after your business ventures, college experience, being a parent experience. You're trying to be a person that grow plants. It don't matter. Whatever it is, whatever steps that you take to accomplish that, that's your performances, your actions. Normally you start at your original level. Then as you see in the red, you go down. Why? Because that time period underneath the J is your learning time period, where you learn to get better, where you learn to have more skills, where when you first become a parent, you don't know everything about that particular child. You go through the J curve. You learn that child's diet, sleeping habits, eating habits, everything. That's close to diet, but you know what I mean. When you start a job, they always give you those first 2 weeks to learn to go through your J curve. When you go into the gym, you're not lifting what you lift after 3 years of going to the gym. No, you lifting what you lift going through the J curve. You trying to understand how this piece of equipment works, how your body works when it comes to, should I go to the gym 3 days a week or can I handle it 5 days a week? You going through the J curve. All you YouTubers that's trying to rush to get to 100,000 subscribers, man, you better be happy you going through the J curve, because if you went viral with 2 videos, your channel was shut down because you wouldn't know how to keep an audience like that. You need to go through the J curve to learn how to edit another video, to learn how to make the correct thumbnails, the correct titles. Should you have 1 channel or 2? Should you network with people? All that is at the bottom of your J. And even by the time you think you got everything good, you know where you are, back to your original starting point. Back to the original starting point of lifting weights. You thought you were losing weight, and now all of a sudden in the gym, you can't. It seems like you just cannot lose even 5 pounds, and you've been working out for 6 months, and then all of a sudden you break through. And next thing you know, when you finally break through, you have lost 17 more pounds. That's the top of the J curve. All of a sudden, when your YouTube channel feel like with nothing going on, boom, your YouTube channel takes off. When all of a sudden you thought that, man, I am not going to get any sleep because this child's sleeping habits will not kick in. All of a sudden, boom, your child's sleeping habits kick in, and now you can finally get your first night's sleep that you haven't had in a few weeks, if not months. Everything has a J curve. When I was a college recruiter, I had to learn all the skills of going to the college workshops and the programs and the courses and transfer of credits and the FAFSA applications and learning the difference between different types of scholarships and all these things. But then when I broke through, bam. It's a lot of times we don't want to admit it takes us years to go from one side of the J where we first start, and we start going down, around. And it may take us 2 or 3 years just to break even again on the other side of the J. And then all of a sudden, bam, we break through to the top of the J. That's what the J curve is. But sometimes we make the mistake of following other people's J curves, somebody else's success in life. And we fail because we're supposed to be following our own curve.
One of us, anything you're doing, if you're a business owner, if you're a person that wants to relocate to another country, if you're a person that just started a relationship, whatever the fuck you just started, your child was just born yesterday. Everybody starts on this side of a J curve. Everything in everybody's life, no matter what country you live in, you starting right here. But here's the kicker. Most people want to be up here, going up, pointing up at the J curve. What's the problem? Most of us with the J curve, we go down first. When it comes to YouTube, you got to learn your content. You got to learn how to edit. You got to learn your audience. You got to get your niche together. You got to know how to do it. When it comes to parenting, you got to learn how to change diapers. You got to learn your child's sleep schedule. You got to learn how to feed your child, whatever it is. When it comes to your business, tangible, brick and mortar, whether you're buying real estate, okay, I got to do the analysis of the neighborhood. I got to make sure if that's the right house do I want to buy. Do I want to buy a duplex, or do I want to buy a one family flat? Whatever it is that you want to do, all of us go down. But here's the problem. Most people quit right here in life. You quit and you get your regular job. You quit and you don't even try to go after that, write that book anymore, because it was so hard to get to the first 5 chapters. So you think the next 15 chapters really going to be hard. You quit and give up on doing the type of parenting that you should do. So you half-ass as parents. So now you end up having a public school child that's ignorant like my crazy ass was. All of it. Everybody goes down to the J curve. But then the rest of us start going up. We learn how to edit. We learn how to do online businesses. We read a lot of books. All of a sudden you start going up in the J curve. You notice that? But notice where you get to. You've probably been doing this like me, 5 years. You just basically back to where you started. You see that? But if you keep on going after your goals, all of a sudden you break through this. And now here your ass go. Like Jay-Z, like Kanye said what Jay-Z told him, damn, you where I am. Remember that line that Jay-Z said? Kanye said in his rap? He said, Jay-Z looked at me and said, damn, you where I am. Unexpectedly. Why? Because all he knew with Kanye was he was down in this area. He was just a producer, kind of rapper, but he was just a good producer. But Kanye worked his way up, same way that Neo did, same way that anybody else that was just a singer in the background, but they were producing songs. And all of a sudden they just moved up. DJ Khaled, everybody, everything in your life is centered around the fucking J curve. Everybody's life is centered around the J curve. All of us. Now, one of you can sit back. You want to work out? You start right here. You give up right here because your snack loving ass want to sit up there and snack during the Super Bowl, snack during Thanksgiving, snack during all the holidays, snack during Valentine's Day. You got an excuse for every goddamn thing why you don't get up in the morning. You give up right here. And then when you see your fellow brother, oh shit, so-and-so look like he losing a little weight. Oh shit, he right here. All of a sudden, bam, nigga looking like Mr. Olympic. at the age of 62 because he walked the J curve. Somebody sat me down. I think it was one of my boss's boss. Sat me down and say, Andre, you have so much potential. You're really good. We appreciate you. We're about to bring you into the supervisor position. He said, but one of the things that you're going to learn is that you're going to go through a J curve. And I was like, a J curve? He said, you don't know what a J curve is? And I was like, no, I never heard of that. He said, J curve applies to life in general. He said, is a business practice. And you guys can look it up. Just Google J curve and it'll pop right up. And you be like, damn, I just learned something tonight. J curve applies to your manhood as well. Some of y'all right here, like all of us, we 21 and we think we know something. We don't know a goddamn thing. And all your 20s, you talking shit and you don't know a damn thing. You're sitting up there talking all that bullshit at 27. You don't know a damn thing. You think you know some shit. You're 29. You really think you know some shit. And the rest of us looking at you laughing. And then you hit 30. You think that you just as smart as us brothers that's in their 50s and 60s. Can't nobody tell you a damn thing about life. Now you hit 35. Now you hit 42, and all of a sudden life start making some sense and shit. Your kids start to get older. They graduating. Wisdom start kicking in. Young women want you. Old women want you. A lot of dudes in prison because they got stuck down here. A lot of dudes in graves because they got stuck down here. The dude that deleted that young lady in Bogota, the white boy that's in prison right now, got stuck down here. Some of you dudes that got drugged in Medellin, you ain't up here. How the fuck you up here and you got drugged in Medellin? No. Your dick discipline is down here. See, dudes that got dick discipline don't get drugged in Medellin. That shit don't fucking happen to no dick discipline dudes. Cause dick discipline dudes don't fuck everything that's moving. We grown ass men. We up here. We up here. Y'all down here just Sasua, fucking Thailand, Colombia, Brazil. You will fuck anything that halfway give you some pussy. Just because it's cute. Us dudes that's up here, the bitches that you fuck while you down here, we done ran through them bitches. That's why we up here. We done been through that stage already. Now I know some dudes be like, well, I know some executives and some business owners and they pay for play. I do. I ain't thirsty like that. Let you bottom J curve motherfuckers be down here. I'm up here. I'm way up here and shit.
There we go. As many of you were saying, J curve is a mathematical equation. They use it in business, but you can also apply it to life. Absolutely correct. Most tech startups that you hear of today were started plus years ago. Finding market fit takes about 10 years because you have to conquer the J curve for the market to find the market fit. Correct. Shout out to you, Wayne. You're absolutely correct. You can tell I'm getting sleepy too. Absolutely correct. And that applies to everything. As soon as you guys get off this live stream, you're in the middle of your J curve, whether you want to admit it or not. So for those that want to relocate to other countries, realize getting rid of stuff, getting some people out of your life that don't need to be in your life, getting your credit together, focusing on what you want to bring with you, visiting the country that you want to go to. All this is part of the J curve movement that you're going to have to make. You can't move to another country without going through it. You can try to avoid it, just say, I'm all the way up. No. You are not Fat Joe. You're going to have to go through your J curve moment. You're going to have to go through your J curve moment. And so that's what this particular episode is about, is for individuals to master what you need to do in order to relocate outside of the United States and do it in a way that's less problematic, real easy, real smooth transition. And the key first thing I would say, you got to be patient with yourself. You really do. You really got to be patient with the progress. It is not going to happen in a few months. For some dudes, it can happen in a few months. They've already retired. Ex-military dudes, all those guys, if you are a retiree on Social Security or pension, they can do it. But the rest of us, that are with the 9-to-5ers, the midnight guys, the 10 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock in the morning guys, third shifters, second shifters, you got to be patient. It's going to all come to pass. I promise you. We're going to end this live stream right here. Shout out to all you guys that stayed with me. Make sure that you click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. I'm about to go to bed. We'll take a shower and go to sleep. You guys get some rest. And I get a chance to check out my fantasy football. I think I'll be I got 5 teams. I think 4 of them have won today. I appreciate you guys being here. He learned something new tonight. I said, I knew it was just some kind of nut that I need to push. I need to push through. Well, I'm glad that you focus, Black Nubian. You're a good man, really good man. Thank you for always being here and supporting the channel as well. I'm out of here, guys. I'm really getting sleepy. Talk to you guys in a moment. Have a good evening. See you guys this week.